You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Thing. I guess we get energy going.
We're doing it. I'm recording.
Is it big?
Yeah,
big
I got a feeling when Dave just kept looking over, I was like, I think we're just on the show now.
Yeah, we started already, but
This happened last week.
I love it when he does that. I love it when he does that.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of TADPOG.
Let me clear my throat.
We're getting into it. We got a good unconventional let it all hang out, talking randomly about Final Fantasy IV: The After Years Part 2
and other things.
and probably other things.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that liked this game. So.
Yeah, in the world. In the world. Everyone on Discord is just like, yeah, this game fucking sucks, man. Why are you playing it? Well, Tyler really likes it.
I did. I liked it.
now
I had to. I paid $8 a month for it.
Now I'm ready to play more bass fishing.
I want to say the other, 60 seconds of what I got out of this game because that's all that I've got left.
Yeah, I know.
But I want to save it for later.
So of course
this
we
is
bring
usually
back
a long show.
we bring back our Final Fantasyologist. # more Miller, Sean Miller.
What's up?
And first real mainline episode, Quincy of Piggy Palace fame, Casey Broussard.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Casey. Welcome back, man.
Man, it is good to be here, guys. Thanks.
You ready to play some Call of Cthulhu? We tricked you.
You know,
We're actually gonna do that.
no, I don't think I'm prepared for that. Like, I'm already in a kind of dark spot,
We're just gonna drop some
We're just gonna try to make you kill yourself. That's all.
We're just going to drop some acid and pretend we're in Call of Cthulhu.
Okay. If you have acid, I'm in. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'll take the trip.
If you got some Drano laying around, I can probably whip some. A lot of crazy shit on that internet. I bet we can
Google Drano can be acid.
Got the Miller on AOL chat. Hey, man, you got to help me.
Drano's on base. I don't know.
It's battery acid and Drano. And, won't they kill you? Oh, it'll definitely kill you. But it'll get you pretty high first.
Yeah. You'll see shit before you die.
Well, since we last recorded, there was a snowpocalypse around the area. So how did you guys fare during the last week?
I loved it. I mean, I just think it's so peaceful, man. Crunchy and like just it's a whole different vibe. And the sound dampening. I mean, I think it's great.
I'm sad to see the snow go. Once it was off the roads, it's like, whatever. This is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's cool for a couple of days.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, God, that's enough. Let's this was funny. Like that. I appreciate that you're doing this. And I'm watching the shithead weatherman on WPSD that's putting stuff up there. And he's like, this is going to be like record breaking. Like, oh, you don't say.
That's how they introduce him, by the way. And here's our shithead weatherman with the fucking, I don't know, shit comes out of the sky.
How's weather? I don't know. Weather breaking? Record breaking? Great.
It's go snow.
It goes snow.
I mean, it's an old joke, but how do weathermen keep their job? How do meteorologists keep their job? They got to be right zero fucking amount of the time, and they still just keep on trucking. It's going to snow today. Well, it didn't. Nah,
it's the weather. Do I look like God? I don't know. Guess it's as good as mine.
Yeah,
I slept at work a few nights in my office.
Did you really? That sounds really awful.
It was just, getting around was going to be terrible. And people were going to be like, we can't get out of our driveways.
Yeah.
You feed the patients. So,
Thanks.
All right.
Okay. Which, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But it was still a few days of like...
Kentucky is pretty good about getting roads cleared when it does snow.
Yeah.
It happens often enough here that at least they're prepared. Unlike Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they didn't even fucking try.
Well, then no one expects them to, I feel like.
They're not on the hook.
Right.
They were on the hook for a long time. Let them go. Yeah. Poor guys.
Well, there's the episode.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We got a package over here.
Final Fantasy IV: The After Years. We hated it.
Okay.
Let me see what's in this package.
All right.
Mad Dog 357 box.
Oh my gosh, we got more Mad Dog to eat, to imbibe.
Did somebody send you acid? Because that would,
That's
I'll eat it. I will
that would
eat
be a
it.
real game saver right there.
I will eat it. It's the hot sauce.
Oh, it's a new Mad Dog 357 hot sauce made with 6 million Scoville pepper extract with the bullet that
bullet
turns into a
keychain.
tasting spoon.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
A tasting spoon.
Yeah.
That's what that's for, huh?
Yep.
Tasting things.
Definitely not cocaine.
My Coke bullet.
Yeah.
We'll add that to the
Nice.
trying pile.
Did you know-
for our
Any
video.
idea who that was from?
No.
Thank you, person.
You know who would love that bullet on a keychain that turns into a Coke spoon?
Does it really do that? That sounds really cool.
It does.
What a nice trinket.
I like to think that it, like at the Coke spoon factory, they were like, "Fuck, man, how are we gonna offload all these fucking Coke spoons?"
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. G.
All right,
Oh.
the G's. Thank you, G's.
Yeah, in the late 80s, early 90s, they made a lot of those, didn't know what to do with it. And all of a sudden, this hot sauce brand comes out of nowhere to save the day.
Well, Final Fantasy IV: The After Years. How much further did you guys get into it?
I played Edward's chapter, which you promised me was good, and it was
I liked
horrible. And then I played Kane's chapter, and that one was pretty okay. But I did use a guide because I was like, "Dear God, let me get through this fucking game." And then after I did that, those are like the last chapters that you can select. And then once I got through with Kane's chapter, it unlocked the Lunarians chapter, and it was like, okay, I played that. And that was pretty okay. Again, I used the guide, though, because it was just Fusoya and Golbez, which I thought was awesome. It was fun to play as Golbez, but also it's like, yeah, we're just going to two-man this whole chapter.
I mean, it's the two most powerful characters in the original game,
For
so
sure.
I mean, it makes some sense, I guess.
And then I was like, okay, this is great because there's the last chapter of the crystals. And I was like, I'm going to stream this because why not just wrap it all up?
Let's go ahead and pick the fucking moonshot biggest and longest chapter in the entire.
Well, see, that's what I did before. I was like, well, let me look and see how long this is, because like I looked up on the guide. I was like, how long? I was like, oh God, this is like broken down in like 5 segments. And then the first thing it says is like, hey, you want to do all the challenge dungeons before you do this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, there's like one for each chapter, and there's 10 chapters. That's like at least 10 more hours of content on top of the 35 fucking hours I have in this fucking game. I got to do 10 more before I can fucking finish the goddamn game. So we're looking at 50 fucking hours on this piece of shit. So, God damn it. And it's like to the point where it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. So I'm like, well, all right, maybe I don't absolutely have to do the challenge dungeon. So I Google. I was like, do I have to do the challenge dungeon?
Yeah.
Everybody on the fucking internet is like, yeah, you got to do them because if you get there, everything's going to kill you. So the thing that normally games save for you to do after you beat the game, and you're like, I like this a lot. I'd like more of it. They're like, no, we know you don't really like it, so we're going to make you do it before you can finish the game. So, yeah.
So
I didn't do it.
When Tyler said you
Is
were
this what it's like playing a game with me?
when Tyler said you were playing like the definitive version of the game, what he really meant was you're playing the one with the most bullshit in it.
It's a lot of bullshit in it.
Because so those challenge dungeons, it's like Funyuns,
Funyuns,
but dirty.
but for dungeons.
Dorito. God damn, I just came up with Dorito Funyuns.
Hey,
Sounds amazing.
So pretty good.
speaking of Dorito Funyuns, there are some 3D Doritos we can try right here.
Yeah, look at that. I
didn't
brought
know
those over like a year ago.
Well, let me shove some in my
Forgot
face.
they were there.
Let's shove some in my face before I keep talking. But yeah, those challenge dungeons, at the end of every one, you get one piece of like really good gear.
Or decent gear.
Yeah.
Like I did sorry to interrupt you, but I did Theodore's because I was like, fuck, let's just try one. So I did it today because the internet was out at work. I couldn't do anything.
Slacker.
So whatever. So I did Theodore's, and it's like, man, I can't wait to get this mithril sword. That's what I got. Plate armor and mithril sword. It's like, man, I'm gonna beat the fucking game with this mithril sword, this fucking plate mail, this challenge dungeon.
But if you do the dungeon again, you get more gear.
Oh, really? Oh my God! I
more
have to do it
indifferent.
In the
more.
version you're playing,
I gotta do it more times.
if you do each like challenge dungeon like 4 or 5 times, you'll keep getting new gear for whatever character that is, and
Oh my
then
God.
you'll have all of it. In the 3D version that I played, there is a random ass naming way on the moon that'll just sell you all that shit.
Damn it! Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
Fuck no. I watched videos. I
Yeah.
finished that
Yeah.
shit. After I left here that night, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm really going to try to do that. And then I woke up the next morning, I was like, nah.
I don't want to do that. So wait, did you play any more of it?
My medicine
Yeah,
does
okay.
not taste good.
I did. I finished 3 of the ninjas in Edge's Tale, which I
Yeah.
had just started. That was it.
That was it. Yeah. I tried, man. I really did. I really did try.
I started playing Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
And I was
haven't
having a
played
lot
that
of fun
one.
with that.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're
Do
not really
this.
even gonna talk about those games. The game that
Casey,
much.
have you ever played a Final Fantasy?
No, actually, no.
Don't play. This is not a good one.
Don't-
to do.
not this one. Don't start with this one.
I wouldn't do this one. Yeah. Not a
No,
good
do this
start.
one first.
I probably wasn't going to
Get this out the way.
start, but I will most certainly not start with this one after this. Technically.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
We could spend an hour telling you why you should play Final Fantasy 3/6.
That is true.
Nice.
We can spend the whole
but
show
here
doing
we
it.
are. Here we
Yeah,
are.
Yeah. Here we are talking about this one.
This fucking bullshit game, man.
it really sucks. I hate that it sucks, but what do you do?
Well, spoilers then. The thing that I
Sure.
loved that happened in the after years
Yeah.
that I used to write fan fiction about as a kid was
When I got back today, I was
Yeah.
like, Tyler, was this what you were talking about? He was like, yup. And
It
I
has
was
to
like,
be.
yep.
It has to be the Kane stuff. It
Yep.
has to be the Kane at Mount Ordeals.
becoming
and
a holy dragoon.
Yeah.
Whenever, because I wanted that to happen so badly in the
Yeah.
original game, and then when it happened here, that's probably why I like this.
Yeah, I think it is.
because of that.
There's no other explanation. Yeah.
Yeah. that I loved Kane taking his trial at Mount Ordeals, losing,
Yeah.
freeing the evil version of Kane that he then has to eventually go kill and accept the dark part of himself and becomes the
Right.
Holy Dragoon.
And then he ends up being like the Obi-Wan for Theodore because the guy, the hooded man who is helping Theodore after, his
Yeah, it's supposed to be such a mystery, but he uses jump in the first scene where you see him. It's like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he does in the 2D version.
Yeah,
That's a dead giveaway. Then.
yeah.
No.
But that also explains why he's like, I'm doing this of my own free will.
Right.
It's like, what
Right.
the fuck is this? What?
Because I'm evil Kane.
No spell necessary.
Right.
I'm coned, evil Kane.
Yeah, when he goes like Evil Kane was like over the top, like Disney villain, like Cruella DeVille, like I'm gonna kill Cecil and I'm gonna kidnap Rosa.
Kane the Dragoon. Kane the Dragoon.
Kill a bunch of puppies.
Like at least Cecil had like as a Dark Knight, he had some nuance, but like Kane was just like I am evil, like Rita Repulsa, I am risen. So yeah, I don't know. Pretty bad. All in all, pretty miserable experience that I really fucking tried to finish. But seriously, like 30, like I added it up today. I was like, how much time have I put into this piece of shit? And it's like, yeah, 35. 35 hours. And I can't even do the final chapter.
I'm still confused too. As the story, I think, was okay, except for some of that bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I think the story wound up being a little interesting once I, watched the videos.
The last chapter
Had them explained,
the
but-
last chapter is fun because you can make a party out of 30 fucking characters.
Yeah, but
Man.
So I think in the version you played too, the last dungeon or whatever you want to call
Is
it.
this the PSP version or
I
the
think
Wii?
it was. I don't remember which version had it. I think my version had it trimmed down. I didn't play it, obviously. I don't fucking know. But the version you played, there are 34 boss fights. 34.
I saw that in the guide.
with all their own levels to get to them.
with like the interdimensional elevator or something.
Because
Who
you
knows?
fight villains from all the other Final
Like
Fantasies.
Gilgamesh and Ultros.
Yep.
and-
Ultros, you fight Death Gaze.
The Ghost Train.
yeah.
Which
And
is
And it's like, on the one hand, it's like, okay, that would have been kind of neat until you realize that the only reason they fucking did that was because they had all that shit just sitting there. And we're like, what do we do now? People like that train. Go ahead and throw that on there.
People love boss rushes.
Because I guess again, spoilers. I mean, not that anybody's going to want to play it after this, but
Don't do it. Save yourself the time.
But because the evil Rydia is basically sort of a clone army from this ultimate being who is the last of his kind.
He's God in the world that they're in, essentially.
Yeah, he's gone around, and all the crystals or anything like that, any Final Fantasy, was put there by him to gather information about them and their race and whether they should be extinct or not.
Right. So basically, they leave these crystals there as recording devices, and then when either they have enough information or they think that the information just fucking sucks, which is what I understood to be, they just like, yeah, we've determined that we should just not even finish with you guys. We're done. This Edward is so horrible that they just use him as an excuse to call it a fucking game. And yeah, he's just like, so really, they're just here to get these crystals out of here. You guys can just kind of fuck off.
Edward, there's some really serious shit going on. I don't think you should be so worried about your secretary with desert fever. There are people who can take care of that. You don't even love her. I don't understand.
I know she looks like Leva. That's fun,
but yeah,
she does. I didn't. Man,
she
does
really,
look like Leva.
Really does.
In her, especially in her current incarnation of
the librarian. Yeah.
Damn. But by the way, what kind of fucking name is Harley in the middle of this Final Fantasy game? Leonora Palom Harley.
Yeah, I don't know.
it's because you had a sweet dog named Harley.
Yeah, little table dog.
Yeah.
A table dog?
Yeah, Kyle thought it was funny that he looked like a table because he was so squat and his legs were so short that his torso looked like a little table. And his back, you could set a fucking drink on it. He would just sit there.
It's a good dog.
Ah, it was. But yeah.
So the crystals,
I can't stop thinking about Harley looking like Lita now. This is gonna. I'm done. All right.
The crystals are like FBI shit. They're tapping the different world. Is this like canon? They're linking all the Final Fantasy games together.
That's probably what they were trying to go for. But
yuck.
Yeah. This is again the thing. It's like 34 boss fights. Like you could have brought 2.
It's a lot of boss fights. Is it legitimately 34? That's a lot.
Yes, it's 34.
God damn it.
To the number. In my version, they cut out 17 of them for whatever reason. I guess they were just tired.
Like, this is ridiculous. They're
tired of it.
Making models. They're like, fuck. Yeah. The guys with the 2D version can just straight rip these from other games. We got to build this shit, man.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
But it just, and there's so much of the. I didn't realize this again because it happened at least 2 or 3 times. Oh no, maybe 4 while in the chapters that I played, where you just die. Like you were supposed to get beat, so this happens. Like that's always going to happen in a game or two. Whatever there's a word for it, but
like Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, I mean that's always going to happen once, maybe twice in a game in an RPG that's that long.
Right.
But every fucking time, and it's just like, well. Don't make me like go into combat and go through the motions knowing I'm just going to get wiped the fuck out. Just do it as a little cutscene and move on.
Exactly.
You're prolonging the nonsense.
So I remember whenever I had the final chapter, I just built my original party from the original game and ran through it like that. There's so many random encounters. They're still so bad throughout the game, and they get so difficult. I just ran from everything. Smoke bomb, run, whatever. Through everything.
Like every chapter you're doing this? Or during the last
chapter.
I see.
And the bosses are manageable. The random encounters are harder than the bosses. So it's almost like artificial fluff to try and get through it. So I was able to run, still beat all the bosses. There's still some plot holes. One I noticed, you could permanently lose Golbez if you don't have the right configuration for a Golbez fight.
Yeah.
He ends up being really powerful at first, and once you level everyone else up, he sucks.
Oh,
which is super disappointing.
That is really disappointing.
I think he knows everybody's going to play as Golbez, so no, we want to play as Theodore, so let's make Golbez suck after
everyone's
a while.
Everyone's going to want to play as Golbez, so let's make him look like if Ayla and Magus had a baby. because that's exactly what he looks like.
Sort of like a razor hobo.
Yeah. So like, remember like everybody loved Darth Vader, right? And then like they took the mask off and he was this like decrepit old man. Let's just put the decrepit old man in the game.
Actually, another thing from the 3D version that was different is all the experience was doubled for all those trash fights in the 3D version, so it scales up a lot easier.
Oh, in the final dungeon?
In the whole game.
In the whole game?
So it scales
man.
up much better.
Yeah.
So like when I got to the end, like I remember in Palom's, like I did screw around and power level myself a little bit just because I'm so used to it in RPGs. But I was up to like level 22, 23, something like that. And I think that would be far more difficult in the other versions.
It's so like what it was recommended to me when I started looking around, because like I didn't want to like do a stream going in completely blind and being like super frustrated that it's like, oh sweet, now I gotta do challenge dungeons for 3 hours, which would have been the case because like everyone online's like, yeah, I recommend you bringing characters to the final dungeon like level 30 after you do all the challenge dungeons. It's like level 30, I got like level 22 characters, and it's like, yeah, you gotta grind. Yeah, you gotta grind those challenge dungeons, dog. Yeah. It's like, so earlier on the last episode we said that I was playing the superior version. That is not the case.
You got the value for your money version.
Yeah, I definitely got the value for my money.
The original version, like, wasn't. I don't know. I remember it being hard, and I had to run and grind and shit like that. I remember being that bad. So it looks like they made the big fluffy version, and then made the pared down fast version from the original version that I played.
Man. Yeah.
I don't want to play any of them.
Well, it's like some of the story stuff, like even like I was bagging on like Rita Repulsa Kane and everything, but that was a fun chapter. It was fun like seeing that stuff. It was just they should have made this in fucking anime, like or like a Netflix series or fucking something that's not a video game where it's just like, or just fucking put it on Square's YouTube or something where it's like, hey, we paid some animators to do this thing because we didn't want you to play a really long, drawn out, boring fucking game. So, but you probably wanted to see what happened to these characters because like some of that story is interesting. Like the whole Golbez Fusoya stuff is neat, and it's neat. Like
even though Zermus comes back apparently,
and it's like
and then
super easy. Zeramus, they're like all the crystals are breaking because like all the crystals break, and like Zeramus is like, I'm free, and then 3 rounds later you're like, well, I don't know what the big deal was with that guy.
We had a whole game dedicated to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and again, the story is not complete trash.
No.
But the more you pay attention to the details, you realize that this was like the developers. This must have been the easiest fucking game to make of all time because everything was just ripped straight off.
Well, and that's
this is one thing they pointed out in Kane's chapter. You start out and you have to go down to the bottom of Mount Ordeal for no reason.
You start at the fucking top. You start at the top because I remember I was at the top of Mount Ordeals as Kane, so I was like, well, I better check the shrine out because that's where all the shit happens. And I go over to the shrine and it's like, nothing happens. So weird. I guess I got to go down.
Fuck.
So I go down all the way down, several screens, down. I'm trying to exit, and Kane's like, there's something I need to do here. And I'm thinking, when he said it, I'm thinking, is it to check that fucking shrine that I checked? Because if that's the case, then I did that already. But I guess I'll climb back up the mountain. So I climb back up the mountain, check the shrine. It's like, oh, cool.
Meanwhile, random encounter. Random encounter. Random encounter.
Over and over and over
I'm
again.
sorry. I remember liking it 10 years ago. Well, I guess now it's more like 13 years ago.
I mean,
you didn't make it.
I remember liking a lot of things when I was younger, but
well, Casey, tell us about the first time you fingered a girl. Break it up.
Oh, gosh. I mean, just like you saw in the movies, man. Just fucking squish it in there. She seemed to enjoy it. I mean, and then I, got tired of that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fuck you now.
I'm going.
We're going to pound this pussy, and you're gonna walk a little funny afterwards, but you're gonna enjoy this. So enjoy.
You're gonna like it a lot more than Final Fantasy IV.
It might hurt later. I'm just gonna say.
This is the part of the podcast where 20 people stop listening and like,
damn it,
50 subscribe to Patreon.
I'm sorry. Is it supposed to be a little bit more dialed back? Am I?
No.
He's the one that asked you about the first time you fingered a girl.
I'm just saying, you're absolutely right.
I'm just saying part of the audience is going to love the shit out of this. Way more than they're going to hate it.
The other part that's not here for Final Fantasy.
Balls deep,
Like, Miller,
bro.
how often do you
Balls
get
deep.
to eat your wife's ass?
Oh, never.
Not into that?
No.
Not digging it?
No.
Ever? Ever? Or like once?
Oh, hell, I don't know. Maybe. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going to get into that conversation.
You don't want to?
No.
All right.
Is she going to listen?
I mean, she's
Probably not.
She's probably not going to listen.
But I'm not taking that fucking chance. You out of your goddamn mind.
You're a smart man.
She is very ruthless.
Oh,
You're a
yes.
smart man.
I do own guns, and she knows where they are. That's all I'm saying. I've long said that. If I ever wound up shot, just the wife did it.
You've got massive balls. You would wake up long before she saw through them.
Oh, big ball. I actually had a girl mention that the other day.
Nice.
I actually told Becky, like, yeah, Wendy mentioned something
still
about your
have
giant
huge
balls. She was like, how does she know how big your balls are? I was like, I don't know, I used to get drunk and naked sometimes. I guarantee some people, like, are you ever going to, like, run for office? I'm like, oh, no, there are naked pictures of me out there for sure.
Ball pics everywhere, man.
I think
Absolutely
good
not.
40 to 50 girls know how big my balls are. You're probably going to run into one or two of them.
It's a pretty big voting block.
Let me tell you about anal ease real quick.
Oh,
Please. I'm all ears.
I'm not. No, but I will say that was the day right before I started my Final Fantasy XI online life. Like I went straight that next morning to Tyler's house and started playing Final Fantasy on Josh's computer and didn't leave for like 3 weeks.
You got rid of your allergy for cats. You played it so much.
I told you we adopted a cat now, and it hasn't bothered me a bit.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Dear Square Enix, thank you. You've really worked miracles.
It has done a lot. I still can't access that old account though.
That sucks. Man,
I think the only way I could is if I was somehow able to find out Josh's mom's credit card information and like
from
address.
10 years ago.
Let's call her.
15 years. Yeah,
It can be done.
Yeah, we can find it. We can get to the bottom of this.
probably could. I've already got a new account now.
Renee, give us your old credit card numbers. It's fine.
Right.
Well, if
You keep those on file, right? From 20 years ago.
She might be the kind of person to keep her old credit card. They might be bookmarks in her Harlequin romance novels. Right, so Final Fantasy 4.
So how the fuck does it end? You go through like this boss and then like boss rush and then you fight a whole bunch of Rydia clones and then
Did you
they're
fight the god person and everything collapses in and of itself and you get away?
all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some like
All right.
classic. There's some classic wrap up like
Is that
scenes from what I
fairly
understand.
typical of all the Final Fantasy games? Is that typical? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
kinda.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not at all about the finish. It's all about just.
It's about the journey.
Get involved in the story and just like.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VI has like a really,
Final
really,
Fantasy VI is a
really
good
good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like drawn out. It's like you beat the game and it's like set aside 30 minutes kind of deal.
To watch, yeah.
The aftermath.
Yeah. Which was a big deal at
Very
the time.
good.
It was
Yeah.
like super rare to have something like that.
And not just the end.
Right.
Question mark?
Yeah, or like now where I feel like it's really common where it's you got a long like cinematic style ending. Yeah.
I like that. That sounds nice.
Yeah. That's 30 minutes. What else do you guys want to talk about?
I know. Every time
That's what the intro would normally be.
Yeah.
Every time I look at Dave's looking at the computer, just wanting that clock to keep rolling. Just more,
Yeah.
more. Damn it!
Is everybody we're good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. I've been playing Valheim.
Oh, so I saw.
Heard a lot about that.
Yeah, I saw some shit on Reddit today that makes me really kind of want to play that.
It's awesome. It's like have you ever played Minecraft before?
No,
So
but I have played
Yes.
Builder Survival.
Yeah.
I played Terraria.
Okay, yeah, it's probably more similar to Terraria than it is Minecraft. It's just like it's like a Viking survival game, and
Josh Nance will remember that.
Yeah, it's like what sold me on it is I listened to a podcast called the Giant Bombcast, and like I had heard about Valheim because like Mitch on our Discord server had been talking it up and been like, hey, I created a server for us all to play on if you guys want to play. And I was kind of cold on it because I played Minecraft before, and it's like, okay, I kind of get it. Not really my thing. But like on the Giant Bombcast, one of the hosts was like, okay, so what I like about the game is this is the first of this kind of game where you craft and build shit where I haven't had to have a wiki pulled up on a second monitor. And I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Because like when I played Minecraft, I was like, what am I supposed to do? And people are like, just go to this website. Okay. Now what? Just fucking read the shit on the website, dude, and build the shit. Okay? Why isn't this in the game? I don't think this is for you, man. You're right.
How do you play D&D? Here's 10 books. Read them.
Read them. Yeah. But Valheim's actually kind of neat because it's like you'll pick up like amber, for example, or something, or like a certain kind of wood. And when you pick it up, the first time you pick it up in your inventory, you get like all these flyaway windows that are like essentially just recipes. So it's like you realize that when you pick something up, you're like, oh, I can make new shit with these materials. That's great. And then you go to your workbench, and then the recipes are just right there in your workbench. You can just select them. So it's not a lot of, I don't know, it does a lot of the bookkeeping for you.
That's nice. Yeah.
And there's like dungeons and stuff in it where you can go and like fight skeletons and shit. And they're like trolls. Like the big thing about it, like the fun thing about it is the physics. Because it's like there are trolls. This is all takes place in Valheim. So like there are these giant trolls, and like some of them use boulders as weapons, and they will throw them at you, and they will fucking kill you. And then some like I fought one, and they're really hard to take down. I fought one who's just like using a tree as a club, and trees will absolutely kill you because like you're constantly like cutting down trees because you need fucking wood and you need to clear out space to build roads and stuff. And it's like, yeah, man, we've had several, because we're all playing together on Mitch's server. And it's like, we've had several close calls where it's like someone's cutting down a tree and someone else doesn't know. And then a tree just like, fucking falls on them and they die.
I appreciate that. In the Minecraft, I was like, what the fuck? Where's gravity?
Right.
What the fuck happened to gravity?
No, we're
Right.
flying around and building diamonds in the sky.
Yeah. And, the kids, like, you're like, oh, it's good for them. I'm like, I don't know. Is it? Like, can you just teach them, like, some real shit?
They should
So
play.
that sounds great.
Here's a
Yeah,
shovel.
it's cool.
Go outside.
Is it violent? Like,
Yeah,
it is a little violent?
Yeah, it's violent and like it's definitely like, because it's not like voxels.
It's not for the
like,
5-year-old.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
not.
he's pretty cool. He's got rage issues. I mean, he might rage
he
out.
might be into it, but it's
I don't know.
It's definitely like you started like I got in there and like Mitch had already killed 2 of the bosses because like you got to like summon these gods and kill
They're like,
them.
what, 9 bosses that Odin has you fight throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And it's like when you kill them, like, so I got into the game and Mitch had already killed 2 of the gods. So I spawn and I'm like, there are just these like glowing red god heads just mounted to stones.
Fuck yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, I don't know what the fuck any of this is about. The game starts, like, immediately I was like, this is going to be great because the game starts, you create your character. It's like, okay, create my character, Lothar. I made Lothar, of course.
Oh, of the Hill People.
Of the Hill People. You got it. Thank you. So I start up, I make Lothar, and the very first thing, I'm being fucking flown in on in a rock's talons. Like this giant rock is carrying me to Valheim, and then just fucking drops me.
Huh.
And you look up and you see like the world tree, like you see like
Yggdrasil.
yeah, you see like the galaxy, but like beyond that galaxy is the world tree, and like I've tried to shoot it with a bow and arrow, but it's way up there.
You have to kill Ratatoskr. Is that one of the gods? Go kill that giant squirrel in the tree.
I don't know yet. We've killed, and I don't know their names, but like the deer god, I haven't done it by myself, but like when a whole bunch of us got together, we're like, let's go kill that deer god because they gate some like upgrades behind gods. So it's like you have to kill gods in order to craft more stuff. So that's kind of how they push the combat. And the combat's cool. The combat's kind of like Skyrim combat.
Okay. Hey, you got me.
So yeah, it's neat, and it's $20. And so I kind of figured, I was like, if I get 2 nights out of this, and even if I don't like it,
Yeah.
it's like that's $20,
Money well
$10 a night. That's fine.
I've played a lot of
That's what these prostitutes you get in this eFuck video Casey now
Yeah,
watched.
dude.
You guys watching eFuck without
This
me?
guy had like a hard ceiling. Like I guess
Me,
Tyler's
Casey,
like,
and Melissa, we
he
watched
scoped
it
him out.
let out to eFuck.
No more than $10, and he's getting blowjobs from some nasty bitches and a gentleman.
Oh,
So wait, is $10 like just his limit? Like,
Well,
He's not gonna pay any more than $10 for a blowjob.
All this for $10.
yeah, he's like me looking for Super Nintendo games.
They're $10.
They're clearly $10 products.
They're not.
that cartridge.
I would give these people $10 just to go the fuck away. Don't fucking here. Get the fuck out. I don't want to catch what you got.
Even if more the blowjobs, there's like, he says, so what you can do this money? Buy some crack?
Like,
It's none of your business what I do with my money. But no. And then it's just like she's dead face while he's
Cut
just
to
slapping
smoking
her.
crack.
Well, one of the girls is sucking his dick with her lighter in her hand.
Yeah.
Like she's fucking going from A
she's
to B.
ready. She's ready. It was different. I mean,
This wasn't your first eFucked experience, was it?
no,
Okay.
but like first time getting like real kind of deeper
Getting into it.
more than just like it's a 30-second little bit.
It sounds like it's back because like for a minute there,
There's
it was
a
kind
ton
of
of
weak.
shit.
But
Yeah, there's a ton of shit on it.
Um,
I was trying to show him some video Melissa and I were watching where a girl was just like shitting out clumps of spaghetti. But like there's no shit on it. It just looked like freshly made spaghetti. And I was like, I gotta show Casey the spaghetti. I couldn't find it.
what do you think she cooked it inside her?
I don't know why she did butt pasta style.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Are you
don't know
sure it
how. Because
wasn't
Melissa
some-
was like, "How do you do that?"
Like there's a hot enema involved. Like put noodles, like dry noodles up there.
Yeah, how do you get whole fresh spaghetti up there and then just poop it out?
I don't want to spoil the fantasy here. But are you sure they weren't like some kind of intestinal parasite that just looked like
Well,
spaghetti?
you're right. I guess it could have been.
She did eat them though.
good for her.
Because, I mean, when my dog had worms and he took a shit,
Yeah.
looked a little like noodles. I'm just saying.
Ugh.
Oh, yum.
E-fucked.
Yeah.
We want to think, TADPOG would like to think his sponsors efuck.com.
I'm trying to remember the little jingle they have. It's
Because
pretty
the
good.
editing is still so
Oh
good.
man, my favorite
is.
eFucked
It is.
one. My favorite ending is where it's just Falcor the Luck Dragon laughing at the end. Just the word eFucked.
Okay. Can we get back to Valheim? No, I'm
It's good. Valheim's good. Check it out.
yeah, because I was going to lose my thought now because I've got e-fucked on the mind. Okay.
It does
No,
no work.
Prolapse.
you never-
Spaghetti.
Prolapse.
You-
Oh God, the prolapse one we saw.
Dude, it's
Well, how did that happen? Because I have tortured my ass for 20 years.
Yeah, dirty French woman. Whatever she was.
Was she just nonchalantly like, prolapse?
She
Yeah.
shoved something up her ass, and then
I'm gonna shoot a marshmallow at
she
you.
was gonna fart it out. I think it was a little bit more solid than a marshmallow, and then
It was not spaghetti
Dude,
noodles.
it was like,
You know.
what am I thinking of? Like you could turn it inside out, like a fucking just like I don't know,
I don't know, a water weenie?
like a vinyl glove. Yeah, something like that. Like it's like this like just sock thing, and it's like boom. And,
Purple sock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she stuffs it back in there and then does it again. And you're like, fuck, man.
Oh, she just puts it in. She just pushes it back in.
Yeah. Sometimes you can pull it back in like it's
Yeah.
a trick. And then
Yeah. It's that was
It was like a beer koozie.
I don't know, but at first I was shocked, but then it just kept going, and I'm like, okay, she's a pretty normal-headed person. She's talking about how fucked up she is. Like she's obviously self-aware.
Hey, you
I'm
want me?
tortured
You
my
want me to
ass.
keep your beer at body temperature?
yeah.
you like that warm beer? I like a cold ass. You like a warm beer? We should be friends, no?
Mon amis.
Yeah. I've seen a lot worse than that. That kind of shocked me more. I'm like, so
Oh God.
that wasn't terrible. She was nice. Almost
Links in the
like
show
a
notes,
sweetheart.
right?
Yeah.
The grossest thing was her pixie haircut. That's
Yeah,
what-
definitely. I was like, dude, get some
ew.
style, bitch. You look like a dude. You look like a dude.
That's not okay.
Oh God.
The haircut or us judging. I don't know. Can we be clear?
Little from column A, little from column
Yeah. All right. I don't like it. I mean, no. It's weird. I don't like it.
But a guy that Casey and I work with is all about Valheim, and he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, me and my friends the other night, because he'd been staying at the hospital as well for work. We got to go home one night. He's like, I can't wait to go play Valheim. My friends and I, we got together. We were all armored up. We built a boat. We were sailing to a new land to fight this god. Well, the storm killed them in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, wow.
And then he was like, we didn't know how to get back to our bodies that were on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Fully loaded up, fully geared with everything we fucking had.
That's the breaks, kid.
You don't permanently die in the game.
No, you respawn wherever your bed is.
See, you all never played Age of Conan, did you?
No.
Because this, I mean, it sounds very similar to Age of Conan, but it is, or is it Age of Conan that's the one that,
The MMO?
yeah.
The WoW killer?
No.
Oh.
Conan.
The spawn campers kill you as soon as you log into the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one, it's a persistent survival game. And it's like a really, like, well, really high end graphically speaking game, but I can't remember the name of it. It's a Conan game, though. It's the Dong Slider.
Oh, yeah.
The Dong Slider.
Cyberpunk.
It was Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk was, that game. But you could control when you're in the character creation how big the girl's tits were or how big the dude's dong was. Because you start out essentially crucified in the middle of the fucking desert, and you jump down and have to go build a base and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So Age of Conan was the MMO.
Yes.
Conan Exiles. Does that sound right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounds very similar to that. And
Yeah, the graphics look really good. I like the Valheim graphics because my computer can run it. So, like, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they don't look bad. They're just, like, really super low textures.
Yeah.
And the game's in early access, so I worry that they're going to make it look better, and then I'm not going to be able to run it.
yeah.
But for right now, it's great.
It sounds really cool. Like I love the Norse kind of mythology and fucking axes and shit, and I mean love that stuff. I love it.
For $20, I'll give it a go.
It's addicting too.
Yeah.
It's because you should play on Mitch's server, man. We've got a fucking town going and everything.
You know what? I bet it's better than
Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Yeah.
It's way better.
I
than
would
Final
have
Fantasy
to
IV: The
imagine.
After Years. Although I do traverse the same areas a lot as well in Valheim, it's not nearly as frustrating because I actually want to fight things in Valheim, where in the After Years, every time I fight something, I'm like, God, please kill me.
I gotta pull the curtain back for a second. Like
Tyler just left.
a few seconds ago when it was dead air, and then Casey said, "Yeah," we were all sitting
Tyler
here.
just left.
Tyler didn't say a word.
He just got
He just got up and
Came off
fucking
the
left.
porch.
So I thought when
I was
everybody
totally
went,
okay with it.
I thought when it went quiet that like we were all agreeing that we were just gonna stop until Tyler came home.
No.
And then, but I was like, no, Tyler got the shits. He's going to be gone for a few minutes. How long can the three of us talk and nobody notice that Tyler hasn't said anything in 20 minutes while he's in there super soaking the fucking toilet?
If it was the shit, I would have said something. It was a quick pee.
But we did miss you.
Thank you.
It's just weird. It's like, bat signal.
I must go. My people need me.
Been playing Honey Pop 2. It's a little bit different than Valheim.
How was that?
It's good. It's really
Yeah?
good. It's actually better than the first one. So
Oh, damn.
it's like the same, but they like have twists on it that are really fun. And the game is all about threesomes. That's kind of the theme of
I
it.
guess
Nice.
that is where you go next. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Is
fun.
this some kind of weird ass dating sim or something?
It's like a match 3 puzzle game meets a dating sim. So it's like
Yeah, okay.
if you complete the puzzles, then you have sex with the anime girls,
Oh, okay.
and then I mean
The puzzles are fun, though.
it's good. The puzzles are fun, and yeah,
All right.
yeah.
How much is that one? Maybe I'll buy that.
I think that one was like $20. It's. I mean, look,
I can get anime porn a lot cheaper than that.
absolutely you can. But the puzzle game is fun.
I will just play Valheim and watch anime porn.
Valheim's way better. Yeah, Valheim's way better. But Honey Pop 2 is still pretty damn good.
Honey Pot?
Pop.
Pop.
Yeah, HUNIE. Pop.
So Hoonie.
It's not. It looks like
some
Hoonie.
people say that.
I
Markiplier says Hoonie Pop.
I gotta feel like it's Hoonie.
Well, they say honey in the game.
I'm with Dave.
It's in English?
Yeah.
I assumed it was all in Japanese with subtitles. or
Yeah,
something.
the whole point of the game is that they're like, in the first one, they're like harvesting honey, which is like cum, essentially.
Oh. so.
Finally, something I can talk about.
Tell us, what's your preferred method of harvesting cum?
I guess like vaginally, I guess like, yeah.
Good option.
Yeah.
It's a good move, yeah.
Milking the prostate.
Yeah.
It's also a good one.
I've not been there. Not been there.
No?
Nope. We've been,
I would love to, but I'm like Melissa says, I'm too much of a pussy.
Oh, you're going right in. You're going through the tunnel.
So I'm trying.
Yeah.
how deep can it really be though? Like how far do we gotta get in there?
I don't know.
I haven't fucked around with it. I've just poked around the exterior.
I've
You're the Mars rover
had
going
fingers
around
in
the
there. I've
crater.
had fingers,
Yeah.
fingers like giving a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
blowjobs.
yeah.
Fucking excellent, dude.
I hate to break it to you guys. I don't know how old Casey is. Dave?
Yeah, what's up?
All three of you are the same age.
How about that?
All right.
Well, you've got 1 year until you start having to get that done medically and
Yeah.
not necessarily like.
Listen,
Because I actually have a friend who
I'm
is
scared.
No, it depends. I've got a friend whose wife is a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
And I texted him one day and I said, Jason, ask Kayla at what point in my life I need to start getting the finger up my asshole test done. And depending on her answer, see if she has any office time available on Monday. And he was like, that is fucked up. I'm like, she's got dainty hands, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, like that guy Murray who checked mine, like he had the fucking biggest goddamn hands I have ever seen. He had Ninja Turtle hands, only
Professor Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. It was like this. I'm going to check your prostate. It is not a very gratuitous act. Just ramming them there.
Oh.
Yeah,
So did you get it scheduled?
I came.
No.
All right.
But
good.
no, it turns out you
Instant
need
cheese.
Yeah, Daddy.
it turns out you're supposed to be 40 years old before you start getting that test. So
He's like, why does it always happen?
I have a gift. It's a monkey's paw scenario where he's like, I'd give anything to be a doctor.
Oh shit! It always smells.
Someone been expressing anal glands in here?
Hey, dude. Yeah, that's a serious consequence.
Well, I still love the story about
that. Might be.
Phil from Second Breakfast. Like, didn't want to spend the money to take his dog to the vet to get the anal glands expressed, so he tried doing them at home, and it was just
Yeah.
a horrible
Dude,
disaster.
of course it was. Don't do that to your house. We cook bacon in our house and it smells like bacon the rest of the day. I'm not going to fucking squeeze some glands in my dog's butt.
oh.
Been there. I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you scare your dog, it'll happen naturally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The table dog?
No, Colonel. Like
Colonel?
he got his tail caught in a door, and
Oh, no.
all of a sudden it was.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is that smell? And thankfully,
That's the smell of fear.
but I had no idea at the time. My sister-in-law was a vet tech, and she was like, "Yeah, it's his anal glands. That's it. That's what that is." Michael,
Sorry about your luck. You got some Febreze? A Glade
So now
plug-in?
every time it's time to do it, you just slam his tail in the door.
Our vet told us that we could do it at home too, and like we were like, no. We're
It
gonna,
sounds like you just don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
right.
So I especially don't want to do it.
Take my money.
yeah, right. Yeah, if
it.
someone's fingers going in our dog's butt, they're yours, not ours.
what the fuck do I pay you for?
You went to school for this. Come on.
Fucking nasty.
I'm glad Bella. I don't have to do it with Bella, so we're good.
I don't know. I think I'm done with pets for a little while.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Too much fucking. I mean, just fur and yuck.
They're expensive, and
Yeah.
when they get sick, it's heartbreaking. And
Look,
it's
totally,
there's a lot of.
There's a lot of love too, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie about that. But I just I don't want to clean them up after those.
I hear you, man.
Little furry bastards.
Cats are constantly throwing up, and it's like
Yuck,
they're
yuck.
just like, where can I throw up where he'll never find it?
Yeah. Their bed pillow. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
think they're being considerate. But
Yeah,
they're not.
we got a new bed recently,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like when we pulled the old bed out, it was like, oh, son of a bitch, they've just been throwing up down here.
Gross, right?
Yeah, it's super gross. And I had like a Wii U box. It's like not anymore because it's like they were just like, hey, look at this.
That's my River, who is orange and white. Just like we would just find what looked like Nutrageous bars with all the chocolate melted off, just where he would just throw up just in a vertical, like a 4-inch vertical line, and then walk away.
Yeah, and like got the feeling of like whenever like Clementine, our dog, is like doing that thing that dogs do right before they throw up, where it's like, "Ugh, ugh," and it's like we're just trying to like, no, get over here, we're trying to position her in the house somewhere, and she's like, I'm just trying to throw up. It's like, no,
I'm usually like trying to punt it out the back door.
I'm opening the
Get the fuck out!
I'm opening the door, run away.
Get a fucking towel! Punting the dog? No, I don't punt it. I mean, but of course they're like so freaked out. You're just like, no, man,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to puke everywhere, man. Just go
Yeah.
outside.
They're
I'm
super
sorry.
freaked
I
out.
love you. Fucking go.
Yeah. The amount of times I've had to. We were babysitting, dog sitting Becky's parents. They had a
Their
golden-
dogs?
Yeah.
Becky's parents are dogs.
Their dog. It was a golden retriever named Sarah, and this is when we lived in our old house. And I remember coming around the corner one day and like seeing Harley sitting on the floor. Harley was a little Shih Tzu, and he was just sitting there. And I just caught a glimpse out of the corner of my eye, and I kind of walked into the other room. I come back around into that room, and I look down. It wasn't Harley. It was shit. Harley was as big as like. I mean, he's fucking big. He's like a 20-pound dog, and that was what was laying there was a 20-pound shit. I had to get a.
Harley, what happened to you?
I swear to God, you think I'm lying? I had to go get a snow shovel. I had a snow shovel in the basement, and I had to use that and like an industrial grade shop broom to get it out. Oh. Damn it.
Was it a finished basement, or was it at least one of those? Where
No,
it's a
this
concrete
wasn't in the
floor?
basement. This
Oh.
was on. It was in the living room.
Oh, okay.
I had just
This is on
redone.
our white shag carpet, which why we have with dogs, I don't know.
That would have been. Yeah, that would have been bad. No, it was a wood floor. Thank God. But ooh.
Well, let me tell you, the mechanized vacuum, the smart vacuum that does its own thing in your house, like so when the dog shits, it really can't tell where it's going. And dude, I've done that like 3 times. Clean that fucker out because it was like $300. I'm like, fuck, I can't just throw this thing away, but it's got fucking dog shit.
It's not like running into the dog shit and drawing pentagrams on your floor.
Time was the last time.
You're gonna accidentally summon a shit demon.
Yep.
Well,
Get some gloves. Fuck.
You know what else is really shitty?
Final Fantasy IV. The after years.
Yep.
Well, the other day, Melissa changed Jack, and he got up really fast. He was so happy to not have his diaper on. So she's like, okay, well, I'll let him not have his diaper on for a second. He immediately shits everywhere. He sort of covertly shits like the door is shut, so he shits like right beside the door. So whenever Melissa she cleans him up, she picks up the poop, then she goes, "Oh, the dog needs to go out." When she goes to open the door, she smears Jack's shit all across the floor. Whenever she gets in it, and it gets trapped in the door, all the way back.
It's a door jam.
He's the new phantom shitter.
You got your first. Is that the first floor turd?
Yeah, that was the first floor
Nice.
turd.
There you
All
go.
right.
There you go.
All right. I
There
should
you
take
go.
a picture, send it to Phil.
Congratulations.
Look at this smeared floor turd, Phil.
Look at my poop art.
Turn it into art.
Yeah, man.
Take a picture of it.
Good.
Take a picture of it. Put that motherfucker in grayscale and sell it for $500.
For all the G-tube spatter, we can make a Jackson Pollock. So
There you go. Oh, man. You know, it could work. You know, there's some colors in there, maybe.
it's a lot of browns and
Yeah.
oranges.
Yeah. Little greens, maybe. Little hues of green.
Burnt sienna.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what else are we gonna do? You got a quiz or anything?
I got a quiz from Ross. Ross was like, "Are you guys doing like your regular things now?" Because we haven't been doing our regular segments, and I was like, we'll do a quiz if you got one."
Hey, let's take a quiz.
You want to take a quiz?
Yeah.
I mean,
I should warn you, we're only 57 minutes in. I'm watching the clock now.
dear God, what have we done?
I don't want to leave, but I don't want to talk about that goddamn game anymore.
We don't. We're done. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't want to talk about prolapsed anuses either.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
All right, guys.
You came to the wrong house.
Yeah, you're out of luck.
Tyler looks down, crosses off his list, shaking his head angrily. Prolapse.
I've got a quiz here from Ross Rachel Green from across the pond entitled After Years. Ross begins, when we moved into our house in May 2019, every room had to be decorated because it was either bloody awful
Okay, well, this is the same one we did 2 weeks ago.
or damp. This is the same. Why is this the same?
Because
Damn it, Ross.
we went on for
No, no,
15
no.
minutes about how did they move the fucking
And
rooms around.
I read it like 5
You
times.
did.
Yeah. Here, let's see. I'm sure I just went to the wrong link. Otherwise, we're going to take this one again.
Good, I remember
We
at
might
least
get them
one
all.
answer.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
I did. I opened the wrong link. That's on me. All right, let's get this new one open. Open in Safari. All right. This quiz is entitled Valentine's.
Yay.
Valentine's. Ross begins. This was written for last week, so the reference is out of date. So I have another stupidly big monitor story. I decided I can't work or live with one screen. Well, yeah, you're not like a barbarian. So, of course, I want a matching second screen for my 27-inch one.
Oh, matching?
Yeah, that's, ooh, yeah.
Particular.
Yeah, but I say we just take what we can get.
Yeah. But, of course, I can't get a matching one because of reasons. Places just don't seem to stock them anymore. Looking on local selling sites, I see a nice screen, half retail price, a few months old, and it's a stupid 29-inch super wide wraparound thing, which I obviously bought. I get the thing home, and I cannot fit it on my desk. It won't fit on the pole mount, so it's just covering a bunch of stuff on my desk.
So buy your desk.
So I had to buy a second larger pole for my pole mount arm, and one sits on top of the other. What a dick. Yeah, I think the moral of the story is don't buy stuff. If you don't buy stuff, this isn't a problem.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. Things just stay the same. We're all going to die eventually, Ross. What's the point, man? Ross continues. So last Sunday was Valentine's Day, and everyone was posting about their favorite Valentine, Nick the robot. When we all know the proper true Valentine is Vincent. From Final Fantasy VII.
The Turk.
So
Whose limit breaks are fucking awful. But yeah.
So wait, which Miller and Tyler and Casey, maybe you.
Sure.
I know you haven't played the After Years, but which is a better game, Final Fantasy IV: The After Years or Dirge of Cerberus?
I like the After Years more than I like Dirge of Cerberus.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the After Years.
But I didn't like the source material on that one, though. So,
Yeah, that's working against right off the bat.
yep.
Man, I don't know. And what's crazy is I really liked Vincent too. You know,
Yeah,
it's
Vincent was
like-
a great character.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Ross continues. So here's something I threw together about Valentine's. First letter are SNES game titles, etc. Are we ready? Are we ready to begin?
Let's do it.
Okay. First question. This V is a 3D shooter designed by Argonaut Software and shockingly used the Super FX chip.
Sort of the V.
Starts with a V and it uses Super FX chip.
Read it completely one more time.
You got it. This V is a 3D shooter designed by Argonaut Software and shockingly used the Super FX chip. I feel like I should know this because it uses the Super FX chip and it's Argonaut Software, but I don't know this. Varfox.
Ooh, I don't. First-person shooters. First-person shooters.
It's a 3D shooter. I don't know if it might not be first person. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of just words with V's.
Vendetta.
Give me shooters.
Violence.
Violent shooter.
Vector Man.
Vector Man.
It's definitely not.
Is yours not Vector Man?
It's definitely not Vector Man.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Volvo.
Vulva Blaster.
Volvo Blaster. Locking it in.
Tyler's nickname.
It is Vortex.
Okay.
Vortex.
Vortex.
Wow. All the V words we said.
Yeah.
We didn't want to say that, did we?
Next.
That's very disappointing.
Yeah. Next question. This A is an action sports game based on a TV series of the same name.
American Gladiators.
Ooh.
Nice.
I think that's
Yeah.
it. I'm good
Yeah.
with that.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
There's definitely a Super Nintendo
Yep.
American Gladiators. Locking it in. It is American Gladiators.
Wow.
Casey.
Nice.
Good job.
All right. Next question. This L is an arcade-style hack and slash starring Kaor and Igor. Though not created by Capcom, it is a blatant ripoff of their style.
Legend.
That.
Yeah?
Yeah, because wasn't Legend a lot like
King of Dragons and
Yeah.
Knights of the Round.
I agree. Yes.
Locking it in. It is Legend.
All right.
Well done. Next question. This E is a 3D isometric action puzzle game, which is a sequel to the NES game Solstice, The Quest for the Staff of Demnos.
Equinox.
Equinox.
Yeah.
Locking it in. It is Equinox.
Yeah.
Next.
It's Solstice and Equinox. It's I have no idea what either one of those games are.
Right? Next question. This N is a sports game based on an arcade game called Run and Gun, but had nothing to do with firearms. NBA Live 97.
Need for Speed? No.
Arcade game called Run and Gun,
A run and gun.
but
It was
had
called Run and Gun.
but had nothing to do with firearms.
A run and gun was the style.
That was the name of the game.
So yeah, in the arcade it was called Run and Gun, and when they ported it to
different
the
name.
Super Nintendo, they gave it a different name.
Okay. You know,
Probably because there was not running or gunning in the game, so they were probably like, "Let's go ahead and fix this."
It
Maybe
starts with an N.
starts with an N. It's a sports game.
sports.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, NHL, NFL, probably none of that, right?
New Bar, Isla, Jurassic Park.
And locking it in, it is NBA Give and Go.
All right.
Next question. This T is an action RPG that you have mentioned will be your last episode, though it doesn't look like it was released in the U.S. That's Terranigma.
Yep. I think we've said our last episode is going to be it's that guy with the whip.
La Mulana.
La Mulana.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then our interview.
Then our interview
Right.
episode.
One
done
of
by
the
Blake.
others, right.
Done by Blake.
And Zalnop's coming on for La Mulana if you're good with
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah.
It is, in fact, locked it in Terranigma. It is Terranigma. All right. We're doing better on this one than we did on the last one. It was a shit show. Next question. This I is a good thing you know about equinoxes and shit, man. I mean, that's
Equinox is an American Gladiator.
yeah, right. Yeah. This I is a side-scrolling shooter with RPG elements where killing enemies grants experience which you can spend on other weapons.
Starts with an I.
Starts with an I, and it's not Ikaruga. It's not that. I know that's not side-scrolling, but it's a shooter. RPG elements. Is it Iron Iron Tiger or some shit like that.
Could be.
Probably.
Iron and then an animal.
I'm gonna turn that heater off real quick.
Oh, okay. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Iron. It's iron.
Locking it in. It is Imperium.
Oh, right. Who's the?
Next question. This Inn is a racing game named after a successful IndyCar racing team and features an English racer who has been mentioned in a quiz before. Is that Nigel Mansell's Formula Racing?
Probably, yeah.
Or something
Formula
like
One
that.
or some shit like that.
Locking
yeah.
that in. It is it's Newman / Haas IndyCar featuring Nigel Mansell.
Jesus.
Have credit. Have credit.
Yeah. Good sport. Mate.
Nigel.
Next
Fuck out of here,
question.
Nigel.
This E, called World Cup Striker everywhere else in the world, is named after the word meaning the best, sometimes referring to a person or group, followed by a popular ball game. Elite soccer?
Elite soccer?
Starts with an E.
Sure.
Yeah. And wasn't that the one where we talked about the Popeyes
Starts
sandwich
with a T.
and ladybugs? Was that elite
Oh,
soccer?
that's got to be. I think you're
I don't
right.
know if that's right or
Say, read it again.
Yeah, okay. This E, called World Cup Striker everywhere else in the world,
Okay.
is named after the word meaning the best, sometimes referring to a person or group,
Yeah.
Yep.
followed by a popular ball game.
It's
was
elite
right.
something.
Elite soccer.
We'll try that. Elite Soccer. I think that
Yeah.
was the name of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game we played. It is Elite Soccer.
Nice.
Good job.
All right, we did it. If I hadn't spent so long on the art for that episode, I probably wouldn't have done that. How do I
It's good art. It's
how do
good
I
art.
get Jonathan Brandis a Popeye's chicken sandwich and a guy kicking through a screen in the same art? Poorly. The answer is poorly.
That was brilliant. Comments on that being the best episode of art we've ever had.
We're making it into a mask.
Can we just agree though that Ladybug is the best sports movie ever made?
Lady, what about Cool Runnings?
Well, yeah.
What about
but
Airbud? What about Airbud?
No.
Or Airbud?
No.
Okay,
It's-
Airbud 2.
It's Ladybugs.
Or
it's
Airbud
nothing.
3.
There is nothing better than cross-dressing and soccer and Rodney Dangerfield. Okay.
What about Major League?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay,
For real?
Major League 2.
Nope.
Keep going.
Nope. It's Final Fantasy 2, 3, and Ladybugs is the best sports movie ever made.
Let me ask you, when's the last time you've seen Ladybugs?
Oh, it's been a while.
Because I watched it recently when we
First of all, why
girl-
did you
the girl's
watch it
still hot.
recently?
because we did the episode on elite soccer.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
like, what are we going to talk about? Well, ladybugs,
Ladybugs.
naturally.
We're not going to play the game. What the fuck is this?
So I watched it. It's still okay.
It's just weird now.
It is weird. Yeah, there's like
all the pedophile jokes that went over your head as a kid.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, think about it now, and it's like, that's not okay. That's not okay what they're doing there.
Right. Because there's a scene where Rodney Dangerfield is in the dressing room with Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah.
And someone on the outside, like a mother with a child or with a child, is sitting outside the dressing room and she's listening to their conversation. And he's having a hard time putting the dress on. Right. And Rodney Dangerfield's like, oh, it's so tight.
Ow! You'll get used to it.
Right.
Oh. Pedophilia joke.
He's fucking that young child in the ass.
I don't understand why he can't get any respect.
Oh, me. Don't. I don't want another mass joke to come around.
Next question. This S is an arcade wrestling game that in Japan was named Muscle Bomber, the Body Explosion.
Saturday Night Slam
Masters. Locking it in.
Nice.
It is Saturday Night Slam Masters. And then the last question. This is a long one. You have
That's what she said.
yeah. You
Those are some giant balls, Sean Miller. That's what she said.
That's what they said.
That's what all 50 of us said.
That's what he fucked said. You have the chance to prevent a games console from ever existing. However, this has future ramifications, altering the course of history for other games made for the next in the series, and some games never existing at all. What do you destroy, and what happens to the company afterwards? Ross says, I would probably stop the Saturn from coming out. Let's face it, it wasn't known for amazing console series that are still going. It wasn't a particularly good console. I would hope that this would give Sega some time to get devs on board for the Dreamcast. And it's out now. But they could also fade into obscurity with more shitty Mega Drive add-ons. Dreamcast, that was $9,999, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I remember those commercials.
Was that the one that in the South Park episode, Cartman like freezes himself?
He wants the Wii.
Is it the Wii?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's the one with the Okama Game Sphere?
Oh, shit. That was way before that.
I think that's the
Yeah.
Chin Pokemon episode.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
The Chim Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
A very tiny penis. No, he doesn't. American penis so big.
So big, bulbous penis.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't call it all that big. Yes, it would. American very big penis.
So
How
what,
has that show stayed so good for so long?
I don't know.
It's genius,
It's
dude. Like, those
still-
guys are
is it still good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in 4 years.
the pandemic special. Man.
Yeah?
It was so
It was good?
So good.
I mean, I liked it. I don't know why I stopped watching it. I think I just stopped watching a lot of things. It's like, what happened 4 years ago? It's like, well, Henry was 2.
Yeah.
He got a lot more mobile.
Yeah, I
You
had
know?
to actually like start doing stuff as opposed to I'll just put you here in this crib and then I do whatever I want.
Here, this thing swings. Put this TV on. See you in 6 hours.
Anytime Randy shows up as Lord, it's just fucking.
Do you know how many hit
gold.
songs I have to write to spend that amount of money? 1. Yeah, but still.
I am Lord. Yeah, 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 yeah,
That was kind of so good.
yeah. When he said he starts, he's like sitting on back, just doing the thing, and blah blah blah. And then he just like all of a sudden like starts adding a couple of mixes into it, and it's a Lord song. Yeah. But what console?
Would you erase from history
I don't know.
with future ramifications? The butterfly effect.
Virtual Boy.
Me too. Yeah, I
Fuck
feel
it.
like you can get rid of that thing and then it really doesn't affect much of anything.
Oh yeah, I mean there's probably all like the what was the Sony not Sony that first CD console that just didn't go anywhere. The Sega CD, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that just it didn't really itself turn into anything.
Yeah.
The thing is, the console that I hated the most, I would probably get fucking flogged for, but I didn't like N64.
I don't like it either, but you can't I don't want to get rid of
Well,
it because
Yeah.
you are here with friends.
Yeah,
You're here.
yeah, sit around the fire.
But I mean, if you get rid of
but at the time, what else did you have? I mean,
well, that's
where are
the
we gonna
thing.
go?
Yeah, PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Warm yourself by the fire of our hatred.
I thought PlayStation kind of sucked balls.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
For me.
Yeah.
Me.
oh no,
And I didn't really get past like.
Well,
you know,
see,
some Tomb Raider.
you were the rare Jaguar kid.
Yeah. it
You had a
was.
Jaguar?
Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh,
man.
wow.
Do you have it still? I will buy it.
I don't have it. I think my brother has it, but he's not telling me that he has it because he knows I
man.
fucking want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has it the 64. So I know that fucking the Jaguar is probably at his house.
Now you literally had a Jaguar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we played games with the
Right,
They caught it
right.
somewhere in Colombia.
yeah.
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 Did you know that there used to be a guy who owned big cats that just lived down towards the lake here?
No,
I
we
believe
had our
it, though.
own Joe Exotic.
Yeah, how was he not
Yup.
on?
We had Daryl Exotic.
I can't believe you didn't know this.
No.
It was Brandon Fitch's dad.
Oh, do you know who was in love with Brendan Fitch?
Abercrombie.
Melissa.
Yeah. Well, tell her apparently she was barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, she knows. She knows now.
He was a pretty boy.
No,
No.
not really. But his
You're not to be a homosexual.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe, so
wrong
I was
tree.
close.
But funny story.
I thought there was a big cat in the tree. Now I get it.
No, I remember I had heard stories about that there was a guy who owned a tiger and like a panther and a couple of different big cats.
They were
living
just
out
big
there.
house cats. it's like a 40-pounder.
They were Bengal cats that he just
They're
kept,
all on the verge of death. They're very overfed.
he just kept feeding them. But
They're like fucking like geese with pugwash. They're just like funnels, just cats with funnels in their mouths.
he
Call him a big cat.
Welcome to the big cat farm.
Just cats that cannot move. Go ahead and roll them so they don't get sores.
I call
$5, please.
I call this one Garfield. He's just shoving lasagna in the funnel. He loves it.
can you
Melissa wants to fuck my son. I'm gonna feed this cat.
Better flip that cat.
yeah. I went over to his house for the first time, and I'd heard stories about the guy that owns these big cats. Had no idea who it was, and I came pulling up to his house where he told me he lived, and I was going inside, and I pull up, walking along, and I notice I'm next to like a really tall fence, but I'm not really like. It doesn't occur to me why the fence is there, and I'm not thinking about it. Just, and I'm like, you get that weird feeling like something's watching you.
Something's about to eat you.
And I turn around and look, and there is a goddamn tiger like 20 feet from me, down on his haunches, just staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I run to the house. I'm banging on
was
the
it
door.
like behind the fence?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was caged.
Yeah, good.
But I don't know. But it's
I didn't know.
fucking tiger.
No. I'm not like saying why were you scared. I'm saying
There's a tiger over there. Is that thing back again? God damn it.
So
Get my BB gun. If I shoot it about 400 to 500 times, it will wander off.
I can't call the law again. They're tired of coming out here.
yeah. And so that was kind of the end of that for several years. The next thing I heard about his dad was that he
Eaten by a tiger.
no, he had a sex change.
That doesn't
We
have
don't know.
anything.
We
to
don't know
do
if anything with the tiger or not.
His name is now Sarah.
Yeah.
And the last I heard, he was running a laser hair removal clinic somewhere in Washington State.
So what happened to the
It's
tiger?
a good transfer from tigers to laser hair removal.
I mean, you know. What happened to the tiger?
Is it just like roaming around now?
Wound up at Joe Exotic's
Like,
place.
should I be worried?
He just open, go.
Yeah.
I've got a laser clinic to open, go.
Right?
Yeah. It was pretty fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie.
At least you didn't get eaten.
Yeah. That tiger might still be out there.
Pretty good bragging rights though if you did have a pet tiger. Like,
It would be pretty sweet.
I mean,
until I saw like, Tiger King, where I was like,
You gotta buy all
it's
that
a lot
expired
of-
Walmart
and
meat
then
to feed
finish
it.
Well, I don't understand how I knew this guy for all this time. Like, this was probably my junior year of high school, senior year of high school. Somehow it never came up that your father owns, Simba. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I feel like you would walk around wearing a tiger
He
shirt.
got really into Calvin and Hobbes, so he bought a tiger.
For all I know, that's true. How else do you get into it?
can you imagine like if you had like the helmet and the tiger fucking skull? That would be equally badass. As badass as having a living tiger. I'm sorry if I'm a fucking dick for saying that, but like if you got like, man, I spent fucking 20 G's on this fucking tiger, dog. I fucking have him like 3 years. Fuck that guy. And they're like, but check this out. And you're like, you're gonna,
I think get a real taxidermy
fucking
bought
yes.
this
You
fucking
get like a crown on his head, and then you're wearing a hit on your head. Like, that would just be, and you got like your fucking paws. Dude, that would be badass. I'm sorry, that would be badass.
I'm just thinking like Kroll from like fucking
Yes.
Spider-Man and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was his name, right?
Craven.
Craven, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
It's rumored that he's going to be a supervillain
I
in
hope
like
so.
the next
The next
phase.
one.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
I hope
awesome.
he's fucking
Who's
scary
like
as
Christian
fuck.
Bale? Who did they ask to play him?
Oh, Christian
Ooh,
Bale
that
would be
might be
good.
good, yeah.
for-
He would do good.
I don't remember.
With a mustache. Like, he had did he have a mustache?
He did kind of give off like serious circus strongman vibes, but I don't know if he had a mustache or not.
Tyler's looking him up. I loved him too, though. But he would like control all the animals. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Super cool. Spider-Man had the best villains.
Spider-Man did have good
A lot of good ones.
because they were all pretty.
Maybe not the best.
They were
but-
all pretty laughable compared to like like if the Avengers are gonna handle Kraven, they'd
Like,
probably be able to do that pretty good.
My oldest son and youngest son both love Spider-Man and
Yeah, Craven the Hunter does have a goatee.
goatee.
All right,
He's
Very
kind of
muscular
dashing though, right?
goatee.
Yeah, he's kind of
Oh, I'm sorry, Keanu Reeves to
Oh.
be Craven the
Keanu.
Hunter.
as a
Yep.
bad guy. Huh?
What?
I don't think he could do
That's
it.
weird.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but
That's
you know,
that's who the leading rumor is.
Christian Bale would be way better.
I think Christian Bale would be way better.
Yeah.
Who would there be anyone better to play Kraven?
You know, I saw Stanley Tucci's got his own pasta thing. Like he would make the best. If you could fucking like buff him up a little bit. Maybe he's more like the scientist, like wizard type. I don't know, but I think he plays some great villains. Like
I think it'd be great if they got Joe Exotic.
yes,
Get him on like a
I
work
am
release
Craven.
program.
I'm a hunter, and I want to kill the Spider-Man.
Like, and I think like in all the trailers you have like Keanu Reeves as Craven, and then when they show him in the movies, like surprise, motherfuckers!
pow, pow.
Biden, pardon me.
Did you read the stories about like on Trump's final day as president, Joe Exotic like, rented a limousine?
Waiting, man.
Yep.
He rented a limousine
Certain.
to take him from
Hey,
prison.
Melissa, thank you.
Hey, what's up?
She brought us cupcakes.
Nice.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Cookie cake. Thank you.
I'm gonna eat one of these.
Yeah, you know, I was really looking at the 3D Doritos
Tyler
over
and
here, but I
Dave.
know they're
Oh,
crunchy.
review
They're not
cookie
good for
cakes.
sound.
Oh no!
Oh, no,
Yeah,
we bought them
want
to
that.
try them on the air.
Oh, okay.
We want to know
well,
if they sound 3D.
Tier
as well.
1, yeah.
Did you really buy them 3
Sounds
years ago?
three-dimensional chili cheese nacho.
They weren't out 3 years ago, Sean.
Well, I thought you said you got them a long time ago.
It's been a few weeks.
Oh, well, that's
Crunchy spicy ranch. Yeah, that's it. Here we go.
But I've heard the texture is different from the old 3D ones. Like these are more like corn chip Doritos.
I didn't like the old ones, so maybe I'll like these.
Because I saw Ian's comment being upset.
Pretty.
they're a little like
Yeah.
kind
good.
of like bugles, not quite as thick.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do taste like bugles with Dorito dust on them.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
Buggles, dog? Yeah.
Buggles.
Not super flavorful.
No.
No.
Chili cheese nacho, I think, is better. A little more kick.
Do you always go through the bag of Doritos and like you can't wait till you find one that's super red? It's got all that cheesy flavor just packed on top of it.
I'm more of a size queen. I like the big one.
I'm not big on Doritos anyway.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll eat them, but I don't seek them out. I'm always gonna choose a baked lay over.
No,
Yeah,
God, what?
Yeah.
Baked Lay is good.
I'm
Really?
not saying they're bad. I'm
Yeah.
saying better than Doritos. No fucking way.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
The best thing-
Doritos, Sun Chips,
I do like a garden salsa sun joke.
and kettle cooked, like jalapeno flavored.
Jalapeno.
kettle
Those are
Yep,
good.
yep.
But the best thing
Salt
that
and vinegar. Yep.
ever happened to Doritos, the best thing that ever happened to Doritos was Taco Bell because those tacos were really good.
Taco Bell was in financial trouble until they did the Doritos taco.
Really?
It helped
Well,
them
the original
substantially.
Doritos, the original were taco flavored, right?
I think so. I remember seeing the old packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Serious
right.
munchies
The
stuff.
the chili cheese nacho is better. I don't really like either one.
Is
No.
that what it is? Chili cheese nacho?
Yeah, chili cheese
They
nacho.
taste a little like chili cheese Fritos.
Chili cheese Fritos
Yeah.
are up there with the chips. I mean,
I do love a plain
10.
a plain
Yeah?
Frito with bean dip.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Fritos are so greasy. You know, that's what I don't like about them because it's like,
You can use them to light campfires.
oh
Yep.
yeah.
You can light them because there's so much oil on them. They will actually help burn and light a campfire.
Henry
I've seen
told
that
me
with
that
a lot
because
of
he
potato
watches
chips.
more YouTube than any person in the world has, and he likes giving me random facts like that, where it's like, okay, great, that's great.
Yep.
What was it? Did he say something about Trump? What was the factor the other day that like
Oh
somebody said something about watching the YouTube?
no, he told. Well, the day that Biden was sworn in, we were eating dinner, and out of nowhere, he just looks up and he says, "We got a new government today." And Nikki and I were like, I mean, kind of, yeah.
Fucking A, we did.
Like, but whenever a kid asked me, like, why does Nanny like Trump? Nanny's wrong. Doesn't mean Nanny's bad. Nanny's just wrong.
I really hope Henry is like the reincarnated Abraham Lincoln or something.
Got a great name for it.
We got a new government today.
Got a new government.
Hopefully, we will throw the shackles of the oppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like Teletubbies? Yeah.
I made this vending machine robot to overthrow our oppressors.
Excellent. Excellent.
Good Doritos.
Tyler, what game console would you get rid of?
Probably because I want to see what would have really happened with the original deal. I would get rid of this Philips CDI.
Yeah.
That way, Nintendo and Sony stay hooked up together to then produce the next console. So we merge Nintendo and PlayStation.
You don't think Nintendo would have fucked that up anyway? I kind of think they would have.
I mean,
but yes, still. it would be-
we would have got rid of the N64.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that would change things.
Yep. Just because Philips offered a cheaper sound chip.
We'd have a playable
Jesus.
version of GoldenEye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. I know everyone loves that game. I just found out you can play it with two controllers. Did
I
you
was
know
getting
that?
ready to see.
I
I,
didn't know
was
that.
getting ready to say, "What's your fucking problem with GoldenEye?" Understand that I never played it, but I understand that it is one of the most popular
Yeah, it's
games
super
of
popular.
all
I feel like I should be offended
Yeah, it is. It's super popular.
for my generation. In the temple, golden guns. Slappers only.
Knives.
No odd job. Yeah. Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, thank you, Ross. You want to see what game we want to play next?
Yeah, we can do that. You want to do that?
Let's do that.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
Or you want to do something different?
Wait a minute, why are we here?
I don't know. What do you want to do? We talked about Final Fantasy after years.
Oh, that's right.
Kind of. We kind of did.
Don't you still do achievements?
No,
There's some in the Steam version.
not for this
So-
game. We don't.
Oh. I'm trying to come up with shit to talk about.
Yeah, or no, there are. Well, I'm thinking of Hades. There aren't any achievements. Hey, you did it. Beat it. So there you go.
All right. Nailed it.
Oops, all ninjas. Beat it with the 5 ninja party.
All right.
There
There,
we
you go.
go.
3 ninjas kick back. Beat it with 3 ninjas. Beverly Hills Ninja. Beat it with that one ninja with the axe. The fat ninja. I'm done. What about you? What you guys got?
No. I'm not saying I had any. I just thought it was a fucking bit you did sometimes.
No.
You haven't had beards and glasses.
We've gotten rid of a lot of most bits for this one.
No, yeah, it is a regular segment that we do, but for this, we're obviously extremely lazy because, and I love that Miller and I are like, we're both just like keep looking at how much time have we done? How much time have we done?
We got up to almost an hour and a half. We could be done.
No, I mean, if we. You know,
I'm sorry. I
Take a
enjoyed
break,
hanging
take a
out with
break.
everybody.
Take a break, get high. Can we do that?
oh, no.
Come back. Wasted. Is that in the cards?
We were supposed to wait until after to do that.
Get higher. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead and find out what game we're going to play next.
Okay, all right. So we're doing the SNES game. Yeah.
SNES game. Or let's do anything else you want to do. Can you get anything? Anything else we want to try?
I
Think
just
about?
didn't know if maybe you wanted to. I know you were kind of not feeling the SNES list recently.
Yeah, we go back. We're good.
Okay.
I talked about Hades. I made you play this, so let's do something else. Or is there anything you want to play? You had to suffer through this. What do you want to do?
Man, it was only 35 hours.
That's more than we put in any games for like a year.
Over how many days or weeks? You know, like,
Over 3 weeks. So that
broke it up.
But one of those weeks, I totally didn't play it at all
Yeah.
because I just couldn't muster the fucking positivity to do it.
That's a lot of hours. I'm gonna say.
Well, that's the thing with an RPG. It's going to take so much more time to actually
Yeah.
be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I don't know, Tetris. Like you just all right. Well,
The blocks, man. You
there that
rotate
was.
'em.
I mean, you don't have to sink so much time into it
Yeah.
to prepare.
Yeah.
Unlike me who just watches the videos and says no.
No, that's the smart thing to do. Because for as little as we talked about the game, like the ratio of time put into the game versus talking about it, very, very skewed.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
I always kind of went for the short attention span, like not really like
Twitch
huge
games.
buy-in, or just sports games, just like stupid shit like that, I don't know why.
I like games that like are kind of like bite-sized little segments where it's like I can put like 120 hours into Hades and it doesn't feel like it because it's like that's
Yeah,
stretched
yeah,
over
yeah.
the course of so many runs.
It's like Punch Out. I mean, I guess you could say it's a sports game. It's boxing, but there were many hours in that. I shouldn't say like I was like just cheap thrills, You had to learn that shit,
Well, it's
a lot
not-
like the Nintendo games,
Yeah.
It's nice to go back. Like I not that long ago got on Steam. They've gotten like a Sega Genesis.
Like the classics.
Yeah,
thing, yeah.
and then you can load it, and then like you actually have to put the disc
In
or
that
whatever
virtual
into
room,
it. Yeah.
which by the way is awesome the first time, but after
And then,
that it's
yeah,
like,
it's like-
God damn it, I just want to play this fucking game. I don't want to like go through the frustration of rummaging through my fucking cartridges.
And I just wanted to play Sonic.
Yeah.
I just want to try Sonic. I hadn't played Sonic in a long time.
Yeah.
And I could just sit there for 30 minutes and do that. I'm like, that was fun. And then come back a little while later, do it for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
As compared to an RPG, particularly this RPG, where it's just like, oh, fuck, here we go. Here we go. All right, 2 hours. I'm going to put a solid 2 hours. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. All right, here we go. Like, no.
I'm glad I played. I'm glad I played Kane's chapter and the Lunarians chapter. I mean, because like, again, I do think it would have been great if it had been like an anime or like a comic or something. Because it's like,
yeah.
because like there's parts of the story that are pretty interesting, but there are also chapters that are completely worthless.
Well,
I mean,
and
that just don't feel. I maybe it all comes together at the end, but like we talked about it on last episode, where it's like. Porum's story. It's like, okay, you just found Kane. Great. Well, then you could just do Kane's chapter.
yeah,
I don't know.
they're interconnected to the point that it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah, like that kind of editing kind of got lost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, we should cut this. This is too much.
But yeah, and by the way, I looked it up. The Serpent's Road. I was right about the Serpent's Road. Like I think
Oh, yeah?
it's an issue with the translation.
Translation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was called Serpent's Road in some versions of the game.
I'm glad you looked it up because I mean it sounded familiar, but it
Yeah.
was like
Well, actually, on the way here, I started thinking. I was like, "Am I confusing it with Serpent's Trench?"
trench. That's what I was just thinking too.
I'm sorry, I gotta pee again. Please,
Okay.
please keep going.
I wish you'd.
I don't know what's wrong.
I wish you'd have just disappeared again. That way we could have had another really funny moment. Nice shitting.
Nothing like a good pee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just say you've been drinking like a lot of beer, or
Yeah.
whatever. You're at some fucking whatever Buffalo Wild Wings or some shit.
Sometimes, so like what I like to do at night is go ahead and just get it all out.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this all night,
Yep.
so I can have a real good pee in the morning.
And then get back into bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the worst.
I'm gonna roll that diet. Well, if it's a weekend, it's great.
because once I'm out of bed, that's it.
Oh,
It's
really?
over, fucking over.
I
Yeah.
can sleep anytime,
So
anywhere.
when I wake up at 4:30 and have to piss, like I'm going to be awake for an hour
Oh, no.
staring
But
at
you-
my phone.
Oh, that sucks.
True,
Yeah.
true. But you might
Yeah.
catch like a beautiful like, little 20-minute nap before your alarm goes off, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
That's what I hold out for. It doesn't happen, but I try. I try.
Yeah, I can't drink like beer at all without like having to plan for getting to bed early enough that I've got an hour less sleep in the middle because I'm gonna wake up,
Yeah.
gonna have to pee.
Wow.
On top of the inevitable headache that I've got,
Yeah.
man, hangovers just
They're worse for you now.
oh god, so much worse.
Yeah.
I don't understand in college. I mean, y'all were there.
And into young adulthood and middle adulthood.
I mean, well, no, you saw what I did to myself during college, Tyler, for sure.
Yeah.
Dave, you caught some of it.
Yeah, I got a whiff here and there.
But like, I mean, when I would show up at Tyler's house at 2 a.m, just reeking of,
Take a shit.
to stumble in, take a whiskey shit, and stumble back out.
No public toilets ever.
No.
Hard, fast rule.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's and then, but I'd wake up at 8:30 the next morning. Like, well, I'm going to class now. Now I wake up and it's like, nope, calling in sick. Becky, turn the light off.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I just can't do it.
And Melissa was telling me how she'd wake up on a Sunday and go to church hungover and still pretty drunk so many times.
Foolish.
But now it's I don't know. I miss all those days because, I mean, I never really drank until I didn't get drunk until I was in my 30s. So
Yep.
and even then, like, I don't know. I guess I throw it up in your yard, Dave, and then I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, that all works out, I mean,
I lose an hour of sleep every night to get him to pee 6 or 7 times anyway. So nothing's any different.
I just learned not to go that far. Just
yeah.
3, 4 drinks, a couple of fucking
Coward.
No, well, a bunch of weed. Like okay, then like beer. Do beers count as drinks? Really?
When you drink 20
Yeah, I was
of them,
about to say, that depends on how many you
Polish
have.
a case like I'm
So
talking
I had
milk.
like 3, 4 gin and tonics, couple of bowl packs, several cigarettes, and then I just try to rehydrate with a beer at the end. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Just give me a beer
I mean, I think the
to flush it out.
the number of times I've gotten drunk with Dave, I could probably count on maybe one hand, but
Yeah.
maybe 2. But I've seen you puke into bushes
Yeah.
at least twice, maybe
No.
3 times that I can remember.
When I set out to get drunk, I definitely
Oh, you do it
that.
right.
Yeah, I definitely do that right. But like, I don't typically get hangovers unless it's like cider
Sweet.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the real sweet ones will like fuck me up real bad. And also, usually what happens
You don't
is
even have to get drunk. You just drink a few
No,
ciders and you're like,
I can honestly have one woodchuck. Like if I had one woodchuck right now, not even really get buzzed, tomorrow morning I will be like, oh my God, it feels like there's a fucking like
Fuck that
Woodchuck.
Fucking woodchuck. Get out of my yard.
Yeah, if you just drink like straight alcohol and don't mix it with a bunch of Coke and bullshit, like you can usually avoid it. You can usually avoid a hangover, but
Yeah.
that's also not as much fun. Like,
Yeah.
unless I'm taking Vegas bombs, I'm not having a good time. Clearly,
What's a Vegas bomb?
it's Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and Red Bull.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
If you want a little extra kick, add a splash of grenadine.
All right.
It's like or use Apple Crown.
Apple Crown.
Sounds good,
Okay,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Apple
yeah.
you like
and
the, you
peach
like the
and Red
Apple
Bull?
Crown, Dave.
Yeah, I do like
remember?
Apple Crown, yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Well, usually what happens to me is not so much the alcohol, but it's I'm so tired the next day that I might as well be hungover. Because typically when I drink, I'm up all night.
Yeah.
And I get like 3 hours of sleep, and it's like, okay, I gotta like go I gotta function now in the world, and that's usually what's the worst. And maybe I don't have the hangover because it doesn't have time to like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, no, man, you're just tired. That's gonna override all this shit.
Well, I stayed up till 2:30 or so in the morning drinking this Friday, and I took 3 Tylenol before I went to bed. I woke up at 8 o'clock with a horrible headache, took 3 more Tylenol, laid in bed for 2 hours, got up, ate something, took 2 more Tylenol.
Yeah.
2 hours later, still didn't help, took 2 Aleve, and I
Fuck.
still did not feel right until like 6 o'clock the next night.
Had you played Final Fantasy for the after years,
Yeah.
that might have done it.
Honestly, my mind may have been poisoned.
Yeah, you didn't play it on an empty stomach, did you?
Try to drink when you're angry. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. Damn, getting old sucks.
Oh yeah, real bad.
Start getting hangovers, fingers in your butt. It's
The worst part about it
Jury's
is
out on that one.
honestly, the worst part about it is honestly being like, and all I'm gonna do is get older.
yeah. It ain't fucking getting any better.
It's just gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah.
Just like,
Going.
Yeah.
fuck it. I will get hungover. I don't get it. I don't give a fuck. Just do it.
I can't. I mean, have you ever had surgery, like major surgery?
No,
Has
not major
anybody in the room? Well,
No.
I had my gallbladder out.
have you ever had a catheter in?
Oh, when I had all my urodynamics. Yeah. I had
So-
I've had several catheters, a camera, all sorts of shit in that pee hole.
Yeah.
all sorts
So
of it.
this is the thing. That's going to happen to, unless, tragedy strikes, that's probably going to happen to the other three of us at some
I'm
point.
praying every day.
And I only, I
I
mentioned it because I was watching, don't fucking ask me why, it just came on TV.
Pixels.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, well, that's a good
not
movie.
bad.
I like that movie.
Don't be
bad.
ashamed. It's okay.
Yeah.
I would not call it a good cast. Not so much a good movie.
Better cast than a movie, but not a bad movie.
Craig Robertson, from
Yeah.
The Office.
I've
Love
seen
it.
Rob
it.
Corddry,
Yeah.
John Cusack,
Yeah.
and then the guy from The Office.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another
Like
The
his
Office
name, and,
alumni.
nobody
Yeah.
knows. But they go visit Rob Corddry in the hospital, and he's like, "Oh, well, let's just get out here, get all these tubes out of me." And he starts yanking on his catheter, and I was just like, Becky's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" She thought I was having like a stroke or something. And
You
I
guys
was
don't do catheter play? Come on.
So vanilla.
it is,
What are we in high school again?
it is fucked up. It is fucked up.
I bet you don't
It
even
is
prolapse.
absolutely fucked up that you can go on the internet right now and probably find catheter play.
Yeah, you
Oh
can.
yeah, I bet you
worse.
$100 that you can. Yeah, whether it's real or not. I mean, you could be a judge.
I put on a cowboy hat, act like I'm I'm a rustler stuck in the bushes, and Melissa has to catch me to survive.
She lassos you with a catheter.
Oh, ma'am, please, I need to urinate. Well, stranger, I happen to have my pre-lubricated catheter.
So, you've
I
had a
make her
catheter?
talk
No.
just like
Oh.
that.
I haven't even had it. I had it just. I'm
Well,
squeamish.
Tyler did it, and he's okay.
Yeah, Tyler has. But that's not.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
How big is the tube thing? I mean, is it like a Bic pen?
The camera was far too thick for me to be comfortable with.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, can you relate it to like a size of
A
something?
straw. A drink.
Fuck
straw.
you. Fuck
That
you.
constantly. That
was a reaction.
that is constantly spewing water. So he's putting it into my dick hole, and I see water erupting out of the side, out of the sides
awake?
of my pee hole. Water's coming out while he's got one end looking in it, the other end going down into my bladder through my pee hole.
Man, it would have been great if you would have been
And
like,
I'm just
"This
like,
is the first time this has happened to me. I'm so sorry."
I'm squirming and holding like the sides. He's like, I'm almost done. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you need something done.
This was during the Civil War reenactment, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that was step one. Step two was when the specialist came in and I had to be
a
cat-flagged.
specialist didn't do that.
Oh no, that was just the urologist. Then the urodynamic specialist who comes in like once every few months and does like all these special emptying tests where she cathed me like 3 different times. And then she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you the implant." So then I had to have surgery for my implant in my butt to stimulate my pelvic floor so I can pee less.
And comes so good.
Well,
Comes so good.
you've been up to pee twice in the past 45 minutes, so
No, 3 times.
you just.
Yeah, I peed 3 times.
Well, I don't know if it took, but
So it mostly it was me feeling like I had to pee so badly, like I was about to burst. I would go and pee, nothing would come out,
Jeez.
and so the feeling would just stay.
I don't understand how they didn't put you under for that.
For the implant, they did.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the
Yeah,
implant,
You didn't.
when
you
they
didn't watch
shoved
them, right? Like, I mean,
when they
that's-
shoved a swizzles tick up my dick hole,
Yeah.
I was completely awake. But no,
You're behind the sheet, like. Did you see it go down? Did you watch it?
Oh no,
happen?
there was no sheet. It was just dick out, camera in. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's awful.
So was there-
it was awful.
Another person in the room, like a nurse or something.
Oh yeah,
Guy or girl?
Girl.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as when I had a very hot doctor who I went in, like that was when I was having like it was a hernia, but something, what do you put preparation H on? What is that?
hemorrhoid?
Hemorrhoid. I thought I had a hemorrhoid. So I went to the doctor to get it checked out. And I had just switched from my not hot doctor who left the practice, like, we're going to give you the hot doctor. So I was like, okay, well, I think I have a hemorrhoid. Okay, well, I need to check it. I didn't know you'd have to do that. This is very early in the morning. I have not showered, so I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. It's okay. Any fecal matter that I get, we'll have tested. Okay. I'm also going to bring in can I bring in my student? I've got a student with me today.
Oh, she was twice as hot.
Okay,
wasn't
twice
she?
as hot as the doctor. Oh, yeah. So I'm just like, dirty ass, dirty balls, go ahead and check it all out. She's like, oh, yeah. That's what's wrong. Feels around, put your finger in. All right, well, here you go. Go get some cream.
Was it a hemorrhoid?
Yeah, it was something like that. It felt like
Anal
I was
fissure?
shitting out of two assholes. That's what it felt like.
It felt like what? You were shitting out of two assholes?
Yeah.
I've been blessed with another.
Yeah, there's a
Imagine
monkey's
what-
paw scenario
Like
right there.
asshole prime and then asshole minor. I shit it like a little bit.
Wow.
That I don't even.
Not a pleasant experience.
No,
I
it
can't
doesn't sound
imagine
like
what
it.
that feels like.
But really, like, did she have to put her finger inside you?
She probably just could have looked at it and
She probably
known,
could've just-
but
yeah.
She didn't want to get close enough to look at it. She's just, I'm going to keep this at arm's length. Let me feel around. Yeah. That
wow.
feels like it might
There
be
you
a
go.
problem.
You know, okay, that
should you put a glove on?
You think she was trying to scare the students?
Probably. Look at these dirty assholes you have to see all
Are you
the
sure
time.
you want to do this, kids?
And he even told us he didn't shower. Most of them just come in and laugh.
And most of them come in and are like, are you going to Kathy?
I go,
You going to Kathy?
Mrs. Doctor, you got a
I have a problem with pee-pee.
It won't come out. It's awfully hard. Should it be?
Pokes around in there and finds a gummy bear.
Oops.
I forgot.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is a treat for me.
It's funny. Where did you get that done at?
Baptist.
I went to RMA one time because did I tell you about when I had that thing cut out of my neck?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You had a
again,
thing in your neck?
yeah, it was like I thought it was a
Vampire bite.
cyst or something.
fuck.
I've still got a little thing there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cyst, so I went in to get it looked at. It got infected or something.
shit.
So it looked like the goiter
Like
or
a
whatever.
goiter, yeah.
That's what it looked like. It got big.
Oh, fuck.
And I went in there to look at it, and the girl was
While
like,
you making a new goiter plane.
"Oh, it pisses me off that on the internet somewhere there is goiter play."
Lady, my
Yeah.
neck hard.
Please, Dr. Dracula, suck it out.
But it was the same thing. The lady was like, "Do you mind if I bring these medical students in, these nursing students?"
Yes,
they're gonna
I
watch?"
mind.
And I'm like, "Sure." And they walk in, and they're Hawaiian Tropic models. Basically, they're like, "Oh, hi, we're blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." So she's like, "Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to numb this up." She sticks a needle into my neck, and the wall next to me is covered with
no.
blood and just
Just
nastiness.
lanced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't mean to, though. She was
Oh.
just trying to numb
Oh.
it. Boom, just Mount fucking Vesuvius.
She
Hot
pulled the
girl
cane.
vomited
And she-
immediately.
They all just,
Did you go, oh?
No,
fuck yeah.
Ah.
but she put a plastic face mask on after that. Thank God.
Mr. Gusher Miller, Mr. Miller.
And the two girls stepped to the other side of the room.
They've got welding masks on.
Yeah.
You should see me come, ladies.
Oh. Yeah, that was terrible.
Did that sort it all out? I mean, was it
No,
like
I had
one...
to go have surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was but the surgeon in Benton was just like, I think it was just a really badly infected ingrown hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that can happen. So, yeah.
He had to cut it. Your listeners, I appreciate your listeners listening. Had to cut into it. Like he took it and like knuckled the motherfucker down. And then for like
crunch, it was gross.
Like he's kneading dough?
yeah, and then for like 2 weeks after that, I had to like shove stuff in it until it was
Because there was
healed
just a
up.
hole there.
Yeah, just
yeah.
a big ass hole.
Yeah. Phew.
So, but that wasn't nearly as bad as getting a swivel straw
Yeah.
stuck up my pee hole.
So can you tell me why we're all going to have catheters? Like, is that just a thing that
If we don't brush and floss enough,
Yeah.
we're all gonna have
Hey,
catheter.
I'm happy to report that I've flossed since we recorded with Ian. I've flossed every day except for 3.
Your penis? Your penis, though.
except for 3.
Everybody's
pretty
probably
good.
going to have
Yeah.
surgery of some kind as they get older.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be in a hospital. You're going to have to be put.
God, they're gonna hate me, man. Because I'm like, it's gonna be like when I got my wisdom teeth out. Because like the oral surgeon I was like, just put me under, and he's like, we don't really do that. I was like, do it. He's like, you might not wake up. Great, fucking do it.
Cool. I've
Yeah.
been waiting for that.
Right.
So trust me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't
about
want to
fucking
experience
time.
my teeth coming out of my mouth. He's like,
Turn me into Magicite. Fucking do it. Come
right,
on.
yeah. And he was like, okay, boss, and put me under. And then I woke up and had teeth that were missing, and I was crying.
Yeah, same deal. I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and they were like, it's going to cost an extra like X amount of money. I'm like, I
Do
will
it.
max out my credit card. We are not doing this with me awake.
Yeah. Take a fucking kidney out while you're doing this, and use that as collateral. Yeah,
And
put me under.
all I know is when I woke up, I was in a good mood. I wanted my mother to take me to the mall so I could go video game shopping. That's
All right.
actually true. I wanted to go to GameStop that was in the mall, and I called one of the
No,
nurses
the
a bitch.
GameStop mall, the mall GameStop's better. That's where I want to go.
Yeah, I called the nurse a bitch. I was like, everybody here was so cool except for that nurse that stuck the needle in my arm. She was a bitch. She was standing right next to me.
Everyone bust out laughing, but her.
This fucking malignant cunt over here.
She wasn't very nice. I was nervous, and she was just like, yeah, I don't care. Stick the needle in my arm. I'm like, okay.
Fuck you, Ratchet.
Yeah, man. Thanks for making me think about surgery and stuff. I'm with you, man. I hate that shit, and I hate thinking about it. And it's just like,
Because I had that fatty tumor removed from my back, and then my gallbladder out.
God, you guys are making me wonder what
Like
the fuck is wrong with me
urodynamics.
that hasn't been discovered yet.
This is why I do not go to the doctor nearly often enough because I'm really afraid of what they're going to tell me.
I go every year because I want to get on, like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a chance I can get out of surgery or something, I'd be like, yeah, can we, like, take care of that? Like, just, you got, like, a pill or something?
Give me the pill.
It's like, according to the EKG, you've had at least 4 heart attacks.
I'm not going to lie, I worry about that sometimes. Because there are definitely times where I'm like, ugh, and Nikki's like, what's wrong? He's like, I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, give me a minute.
I'm not going to lie. When we were at that fucking place in Louisville during TADPOG prom,
Yeah.
like I had this weird moment where I was like, I felt like my heart was racing.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, I had to walk around in circles.
It's an
around
audio
the place
medium, Miller.
trying
Do
to,
something. It's an audio-
Miller made a surprised face.
I think I was just too many Jaeger bombs.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, sometimes I'm like, did I just get up the wrong way or did I just have a heart attack?
Probably got up too fast.
Am I just having too much fun?
It's like my grandfather, my mom's dad. When she was 9, he was like, "Man, my chest hurts, my arm hurts."
Oh, no.
Well, you should go to the doctor. No, I'm gonna sleep it off in my chair. And he died. So that was just it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yikes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the last time I went to my doctor's, my annual physical and all that was set up during COVID.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we're just going to, you got like a webcam? And I was like, I do, but I'm coming in. And I mean, they're like, well, and I was like, I got a heart condition. I want you to at least listen to my heart. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to record that with my phone.
Can you
and
hold your
send an
phone up really
MP3.
close to your heart?
Right. Sir, your encryption rate is a little low. Would you mind bumping that up for us?
I actually got a blood pressure cuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm old enough that I have my own blood pressure
No. You get like one of the seats from Walmart.
He just stole it out of a CVS.
You know, it's like a Facebook Marketplace. Yeah.
I sit down and put it on. I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem bad.
I always worry about my blood pressure. Like that's because my dad has high blood pressure
Yeah.
and just the fucking lifestyle that I live. I'm like, yeah, definitely I have high blood pressure. But every time the doctor's like, nah, man, you're cool. So every year I'm like, this is the year.
Yeah. Well, it's every time I go to the doctor that I have, they're like, it's slightly high, but that's pretty normal because people are always a little elevated coming into the doctor because
Yeah.
they're afraid something's going to happen, afraid they're going to get bad news or whatever. So that's, but then like I just know, just better keep checking it from time to time.
What's wrong with you, Casey?
Mildly high cholesterol.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a vasectomy, and that was my surgical experience. The doctor complimented me on my shaved balls. I thought that was nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, moderately hot cougar nurse.
Very smooth, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Like
I tried to give him a high five, but that Valium was like. But I do remember. I do remember him thanking me like very sincerely for letting him do that. I'm like,
You got the fun doctor.
Thank you. That
and
was,
only he complimented my, my freshly shorn balls. And he thanked me.
that was awesome. The inside of your balls are just.
Thank you for letting me do this. Letting me help you. I was like, oh,
Let me get the doctor now.
do you
Mister.
do you say this to everyone? I really felt special. And I think
That's
I
how you
am.
know he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He was good.
I always love it when my doctor kisses me on the mouth.
Yeah.
Makes me feel pretty.
So I had to take my sperm in for a
You
sperm
know, that's
count
how you get fitted
week
for
later.
pants. They grab your balls, move it aside, move your balls to the other side. That's how they do pants. In prison.
Only if your balls are as big as mine.
And just like Final Fantasy IV, the after years, we got all of the pertinent stuff boiled down to 20 minutes, and then we stretched it out
Yep.
for a long period of time. I think we did
Like
a good
a
job.
prolapse
Pretty good.
anus. We just stretched it on out.
Yep.
Like a windsock, just flapping in the breeze.
Louis C.K. like a bag of leaves that hasn't been tied, just sitting out in the wind. It's all just floating away.
Well, I grabbed this batter up peripheral over here.
Oh, right, we were gonna do that. We were gonna do that, and then we started talking about catheters.
Well, you just go ahead and pray and pick the game.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Or is there anything you want to play?
No.
We're bringing that. Anything you want to do?
Nah.
Play Icewind Dale. It's fun.
Yeah, I own Icewind Dale because I got it in like that bundle of games for, I guess it was like Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, which I played.
Yep.
And then Icewind Dale was included in that. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll play Icewind Dale. And I never did.
It is much harder, just in general, than Baldur's Gate.
Really?
Yes.
Because I remember
much harder.
I love Baldur's Gate, but I remember constantly being like, I can't remember what the hotkey was for save and what the hotkey was for load, but that was me playing Baldur's Gate. Save. Okay. Died. Load. Save. Load. Save. Load. It was like a 2-button game.
It's
Essentially.
way worse. But there's easy.
Awesome.
But I mean, put it on the easiest difficulty level.
Yeah.
And there's ways to break it. Just pause, summon, summoning item, unpause,
Gotcha. You're right. Yeah.
pause, haste, unpause. There you go.
Right. And that's Baldur's Gate kind of worked that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long-
Or maybe it was Neverwinter. I can't remember.
Yeah. There's game breaking mechanics that get you through, but the story is interesting, and you always. It's like anything else. It's even if you're not having fun, it's like, ooh, I just found a +3 weapon.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to see what next relic I get. So.
That does ease the pain sometimes. Yeah. Cool. No, I'm down to play to the randomizer and choose a randomly generated Super Nintendo game
All right.
and get us back on our
Well, then
back on our quest.
Then I'll say that prayer we all love to
All right.
say.
Yes. Well, let me refer to the tablet here. Okay, I think we're good.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
115.
The F's.
The C's.
See, damn.
The C's. I know, right? 115. That's like deep.
That'd
Yeah,
be pretty
feels
deep.
like it's too
That's
deep
that's
for
a
a
seventh
C.
in.
Yeah.
Be a good C game. Is one we done before?
It is not.
All right. Okay, I don't know. I have no clue what a C game could be.
It is Comba Tribes, comma, the.
The Comba Tribes.
Comba
Tribes.
Tribes.
All right. Sure.
Comba Tribes.
Comba Tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Well, maybe. Sounds neutral.
I think it's like a Contra style game. I think
Okay.
it's a run and gun game, but I'm not 100% positive. I haven't played it before, but it sounds
Sounds better than a lot of other
familiar.
shit.
Yeah, it's not a sports game. It doesn't have NHL, NFL, or NBA in the title, so probably a good chance that it's going to be better than that.
Thanks.
You have no idea what it is?
I mean, I can look at. Do you know what it is?
No, but I
Oh.
just thought it'd be hilarious if it's like a
A
basketball
soccer game. Right? We are the Combat Tribes. Goal! Goal!
It's an Aztec basketball simulator.
Yes.
Actually, that would probably be pretty more interesting than most of the basketball games we played.
Well, thanks you guys for coming on.
Oh yeah,
My
Coming in.
pleasure.
I had an
Thanks
awesome
for the
time.
snacks. Thanks
I
for the
feel-
snacks and good company.
I feel bad for not knowing more about the game, but
It's okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. I appreciate you guys suffering.
All right.
I always wanted to talk about catheters with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like our bond is stronger now. Yeah.
Now let's go get them.
Let's go get matching catheters.
Catheters.
Fuck tattoo. you should get some Tadpog catheters. Put them up on the store.
Spring break.
Tyler goes to get his next surgery. No, thank you, sir. I brought my own.
I brought the Dave. It's longer and thinner, as opposed to the shorter and fatter Tyler catheter.
Let's go with the Dave. Yeah. Ouch.
I like the
Or the Mike Lanham sounding rod you can buy.
I like the idea of us all like instead of getting tattoos as a bonding experience that we do get catheters together. Are there catheter parlors out there? Do you think?
I don't know. but
We'll make him an opium den where you get a catheter after you're really fucked up.
Now I tell you what, that would make
maybe-
it go a lot smoother.
Can they
I
put
think.
drugs in you through our penises? Like, you know?
oh, I'm sure they
a
can.
good
Like
question.
butt chugging, but through your dick.
Yeah.
Dick chugging.
That's the only reason I can say, yeah, I'm going to volunteer for one
mean,
of
I-
those.
I
Like,
don't-
fucking pee hole.
I don't think they do it on purpose, but recreationally, you can probably get away with it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever taken drugs penilely? Let us know. Reach out
Curious.
270-883-2555. Make sure you put penile drugs immediately in the
Yeah, just
we
shout
get
it.
Yeah, just shout
if
it.
you have surgery, try to save your catheter and send it in to Tadpog. Care of Nicole.
Send Nicole all of your
don't.
used catheters.
Oh, this is a weird ribbon on this package. When is that technology going to get better? Like, it has to get better at some point, right? Like think 100 years from now, people are going to be like, they used to stick tubes up their dicks.
Yeah, George Washington's catheter is made of wood.
Yeah. Look how far we come.
Haven't they figured something out to just put around instead of inside?
Oh, like a little cage with like a little pump, like a pump,
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, something like that.
a reverse pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just like
You know how like when you suck on a straw,
you vacuum
and then
seal it on
yeah,
your
you-
dick.
yeah.
I think as things shrink down technology, there'll be like a little fiber optic cable. with a little
Yeah,
snake inside. Like real Matrix. I mean, like even like cooler than the Matrix. You know, like way cooler than that.
Nanobots.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fucking like thread. It's like you just like a hair. I'm like, oh,
Whew.
that's the way to go.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I
I got a pretty tight pee hole.
like what?
I don't. My urethra's. I mean, this is like a big pen. I think I could probably take
You
that.
put like a pinky in it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I like fully aroused. Yeah, it'll go down there, no problem. But like soft, I guess that would be a little.
You got like a full-on nostril down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's like Casey's peel is like a cat eye.
And, you know, if I pinch the tip and like make it like, you know, you make it talk like, you're like little emoji faces with your urethra, like
Put
that,
some
like,
googly eyes on the side.
Yeah.
Casey's has a babe.
You want to see this? Here, let me show him this video. Hold on, no.
It's like a Conan bit.
Yeah. Like the mouth and the cardboard cutout, exactly, just like that. Except it's a little penis. I'll do that.
I don't know.
He
Like,
really puts on a show at a glory hole.
Yeah. Singing.
you talking about the hair? Have you ever gotten like a hair like weirdly just embedded in your skin before? Has it ever happened to anybody here at the table or just me?
I was told to be very careful with Jack getting any sort of hair wrapped around his penis or balls. His kids have lost like balls and stuff before and have been injured from tightly wound hairs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sure they weren't talking about pigs? I think that's how they...
Isn't that how you castrate a goat?
Right, yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, every now and then I'll get, like, I don't know, like, because we have 2 cats and a dog, and, like, every now and then I'll be like, what the fuck is irritating my skin? I'll look down, and it's like on my fucking back of my hand, there's just like a dog hair just sticking straight out of it, like a splinter. No, just me? Oh, God.
Is he part hedgehog?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wouldn't have it.
It's called a hedge dog.
Yeah. It works.
The Tadpog hedge dog.
She's been really like fucking cabin fever recently with all this snow and shit. Like, she's like, our dog like just sits on the back of her couch and looks out the window. And she's not as bad as like Ein was. You guys remember Ein and how much he'd fucking go crazy if someone came by. But like, our neighbor has like an outside cat, and she cannot fucking stand this thing walking through our yard. I mean, it's just like an affront to like.
Look at that bitch!
Right? Yeah. It's like it's 3. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's like I'm mad, and like, but one time it was hilarious because like Henry burst out of his room and he was like, "Stop! Shut the fuck up, dog!"
I love you, son.
Yeah, good job.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. The next episode will be the Comba Tribes.
Comba Tribes.
Comba Tribes. Wonderful name.
Comba Tribes. We know exactly what it is just from the title.
Yeah.
It's a basketball game.
So, you like this? You like our show? We're on Facebook, TADPOG, episode posts, memes. You're a fan of the show? You like that dank shit? It's TADPOG Nation.
Yeah.
Come on down. Do you like nice, organized chat? Well, there's the Discord.
Yeah.
What's that Discord URL?
It's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. Yeah. And that's where we do voice chat and stuff in Valheim. So, Miller, if you get in, man, come in.
I'll let you know.
Come in, yeah, hang out. It's cool. We got a nice little settlement going. And here's like the big thing I worry about, because like I've got a lot of things going on that aren't Valheim. So I'm constantly like, I'm sitting at work today and I'm like, God, I'm going to like go back. And like everyone's gonna be on fucking dragons and shit, and I'm gonna be in my
like
fucking,
the 1800s.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
already.
like in my rags, and it's like hobbling around.
Is there PvP to it?
You can toggle it on and off. We've all got it turned off right now, but
Okay.
maybe if I don't know, maybe one night we'll get all froggy and turn it all on.
Oh, yes.
But there's no random. There's no random people on the server.
No, it's like password protected and stuff,
okay.
so it's pretty much just us.
That would piss me off. Like you come back and somehow your settlement's been just destroyed.
Yeah, that still happens because it's like the other
Natural stuff.
nature.
Yeah, because it's like the other night. So like I'm playing with some of the guys from Press B to Cancel, and like one of them like logged out when the troll was just happened to be next to I guess their house, and now they call it I think it was Polsh's house, and now he calls it the amphitheater. Because he logged back in, and apparently that troll just fucking caved his roof in after he logged out. So, I mean, that shit does happen, but... And then sometimes you get a message that says the forest is moving. And what that means is all of the fucking gray dwarves and the gray dwarf shamans and brutes are fucking coming and for your settlements. And you gotta like... And I think that's like Terraria style, because I think you have to like defend your settlements from shit like that. It's very cool.
Pretty good.
And they've all got these glowing eyes. So like when it's dark outside and you like look into the dark forest, you just see like... just a shitload of set of eyes just staring at you. It's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You wanna send us something more hot sauce? We'll try it for our video episode that we're getting all of our packages through. It's Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PL Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. You're gonna call us, leave us voicemail 270-883-2555. You want a shirt? Shirts.tadpog.com. You
Yep.
want a mask? Masks.tadpog.com.
Yep.
Catheters.
Catheter, you want a catheter?
Catheters.tadpog.com.
But most importantly, we got that Patreon.
Patreon. Patreon.com/tadpog. If you enjoyed this, then why not throw in a buck? It's like cheaper than Final Fantasy IV the After Years. And
Substantially.
Especially what Tyler paid for it.
Yeah.
and we technically have way more content than that game, if you can believe that or not. I think if you listen to all of our episodes back to back to back to back, you go insane because you've been up for 2 weeks. I don't know how long we've got. It's probably something like that.
I think it has changed, and now it's not easy for me to log in as it was.
I think I've got that. You looking for Patreon donors?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. I've got, let's see, we got an upped donation from Plinko Nick. Thank you, Plinko Nick, very much. And then we have a new donor from the Steam Machine podcast, which I believe is Guitar Man Dalton's podcast. So thank you. Thank you, Dalton. Thank you, Steam Machine podcast. He's playing on there too on Valheim. We've got a good group, and Zalnop's in there, and Mitch, of course, is in there. It's good. It's good.
Well, all right. What else do we do?
This episode was executive produced by the following people who donate on the Patreon at $20 or more a month. We've got Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cousin David Galino, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Zeus Laser, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Lint Liquor Joseph Phillips, Bantha Master, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, thank you for the package, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, and I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, and Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link.
Oh, yeah. Our theme song is Moves by Seymour Drive. We do that check from the show notes at TADPOG.com. How do you guys want to close this one out?
Like we're getting catheters?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Casey, what we'll do is we'll say Tropical Capricorn as if we were getting a catheter.
Like while we're getting the catheter.
While we're getting one.
I don't like this.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. Yeah.
No, I do like it.
Let me see your
You were testing?
Let me see your dick. Come on.
Let me see your catheter face. Bullshit.
No, we're not sticking
Let me see your real catheter face.
I do like talking to Melissa as my penis. Like, hello, Miss Melissa.
Why is your penis Latino?
I don't know. It just is. I'm as fucking white and Irish as you can get, but that's the voice that came out.
The Irish accent is harder to do.
Splurt. That happens, right?
See, yeah, you do come at the end.
Yeah, great.
And the headphones for warmth.
And they do help.
Oh, it's cozy. I love that.
Yeah, now you get the full experience.
Should I?
How is it colder in here than it is outside?
That's a good question. That's a real fucking
That's
good
a
question.
really weird dynamic. It's been, 5 degrees outside for a week. We come in here and it's -3 somehow.
Yeah.
Even though it's actually 50 degrees outside now. This room moves an entire 10 days behind the rest of the fucking world.